From the Auburn Sports Network and Play Fly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
First weekend of the 2025 season, and Game 3 will decide the series. Auburn faces Holy Cross today in the rubber game. Good afternoon, and War Eagle from Sanford Stadium, Hitchcock Field at Plainsman Park. With Brad Law, I'm Andy Burcham. Holy Cross evened the series with a 4-2 win last night. Crusaders took a 2-1 lead and never trailed after that point. Freshman Jarek Bowles and Pedro Leon shut down the Tiger Bats in the final 5 innings to notch the win. Auburn goes with freshman right-hander Christian Chatterton today in his college debut. Holy Cross counters with junior right-hander Jaden Waiwoda. He was 4-5 with a 5.61 earned run average last season. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Men's basketball assistant Ira Bowman.
I play for Fran Dunphy, one of the most legendary college coaches. I mean, I shouldn't even say coaches, people in college basketball. One of the most legendary people in college basketball. He is a true gentleman. He is what college athletics should be all about. He was one of the first guys to call me when the induction happened. It was fitting because he is now the head coach at LaSalle. And LaSalle was playing St. Joe's when they had the inductees come out on half court. So we walked out at the Wells Fargo Center, and Coach Dunphy's team is competing there at the half. So it was a full circle moment for me.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
It's that time of year again, Auburn basketball. And as this year's team makes history, you can catch every second of the historic run at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. With 77 TVs, you won't miss a second of Auburn basketball while enjoying our famous wings, cold beer, and of course, gooey fries. And don't forget Tiger Talk on Thursdays throughout the season, live with Coach Bruce Pearl in-house discussing all things Auburn basketball. Located on 2353 Bent Creek Road off of exit 57 on I-85. War Eagle.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with our exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Butch Thompson.
Message to your ball club after last night's ball game.
Just try to find some freedom. You know, we had a couple of balls hit really hard in key moments and went to the glove, and it seemed like the pressure mounted from there. They kept getting off the field, but as advertised, these guys work hard for us. They get here early. I think they do everything to have success, but then you have to find freedom in a ball game, and it just feels like they tried to do a little too much and a little bit of press, and that built when the big hit didn't come. You know, Holy Cross was able to get that last out before we ever could get settled into the ball game.
Your thoughts about the Crusaders after the first 2 games of this series?
Yeah, they beat us in all 3 phases yesterday, and we had a really good ball game on Friday night. So that's why you play 3-game series to claim a winner. So we'll have to play good in all 3 phases. I think defense, offensively, and on the mound, they got us in all 3 and deserved to win the ball game yesterday. And really, who outperforms the phases, who can shove it in the strike zone and defend the field and get hits or link up some offense is who's going to win this series.
Opportunity to win the series here today.
Absolutely, and that'll be the message to the ball club. But they have to find freedom. We had 2-0 counts that were sluggish, slow, big at bats. We had, too many times in the 9th inning. We had a bunch of fly balls last night, and of course we got a day game and a little bit different wind going today. But just replaying from last night, you have to know how the ballpark's set up each day, and we had a bunch of fly balls deep that everybody felt like was a decent at bat, but we've got to find an approach today that'll make make fortune for you. We'll make luck happen for you. And we haven't been able to do that consistently top to bottom through the lineup these first 2 days.
Freilich gets the start behind the plate. You've got Ike out in right field today.
Yep, got Freilich there, got Rembert at second base. So we got some guys we're looking for a spark, and we're getting some guys some opportunity to see if somebody can help link us up and bridge this lineup to get us going. And looking forward to seeing those young guys get that opportunity today.
Chatterton on the hill. Give us the scout for this young man and his first collegiate start here today.
Well, he's a competitor. That's probably his number one trait, is he loves to compete. And I think I told you just now, it doesn't look silky smooth all the time, but it's great effort. And he'll have a low 90s fastball probably working today, and a curveball and change up to the lefties, a good fastball slider versus the right-handers. And he's thrown enough strikes to draw this start opening weekend, and kind of headlines the first start that we've had out of a freshman. And I think he's got a great, bright future here, and hopefully he can help us win a series today.
Do you say anything to him at all today as the head coach with a true freshman that's walking out to the mound for his first collegiate start?
I just go get him. Everything I would tell everybody, but hopefully confidence comes from your preparation. Hopefully confidence comes from your coaching staff believing in you enough to give you the start. Hopefully there's enough confidence there for him to go out and find himself and be able to get to the pitches that he wants to be able to make. So I'll probably pat him on the butt and say, go get him. It's exciting to watch you throw, but hopefully all of our preparation and everything he's earned is the confidence that he takes out there today.
I know it's a small sample size. You've got 2 games, both night games, and this is the first day game. With the improvements to this ballpark, is it playing any differently, wind-wise and that type of thing?
Yeah, in batting practice today, we're doing the pop-ups. We got kind of the north wind today. We've had the south-southeast prevailing the last couple of days. So especially the new 984 club down the first baseline, the ball really does nothing, but once it gets above the roof, it has a tendency to move. So we'll do another 10 minutes of fly ball communication here before we get going with batting practice, just to continue to get used to the new confines. And I would say the biggest piece is the 984 club down the right field line.
Wish all the best today. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak high. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx saved you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Let's start with Holy Cross, Eddie Kahovic's team. The Crusaders, top of the order, looks similar to the first 2 games. Right fielder C.J. Eggery is the leadoff man. The DH is Sean Scanlon. He bats second. Chris Belargian, the first baseman, hits third. Cleanup hitter is the third different catcher to start for the Crusaders this weekend, Braden Connors. Batting fifth in center field, Gianni Royer. Jimmy King back at short, hits sixth. John LaFleur starts in left field for them today. He bats seventh. Ryan Grundy, the third baseman, hits eighth. And a new second baseman today, Alex Sandell, rounds out the order. Again for the Crusaders, Egri, Scanlon, Belargian, Connors, Royer, King, LaFleur, Grundy, and Sandell. Tigers moved a couple of pieces around in the lineup today. Bristol Carter in left field back at the top. Then it's Cade Ballou moving up to the 2-hole today. He's in center field. Eric Guevara bats and plays third. Ike Irish is in right field to start this ballgame, and he bats cleanup. Hitting fifth at first base, it's Cooper McMurray. Then you've got Derek Fabian playing short and batting sixth. Lucas Steele, the DH, is in the 7-hole. Hitting eighth and drawing his first start of the year at second base, it's freshman Chris Rembert. And freshman Chase Fralick starts behind the plate for the Tigers and bats ninth. Carter, Ballou, Guevara, Irish, McMurray, Fabian, Steele, Rembert, and Fralick for Auburn. We're about 7 minutes away from first pitch on a gorgeous day for baseball. It's windy, but it's sunny and bright, and we're getting ready for the Tigers to try to win a series against Holy Cross. One more pregame timeout, and then we're back to set the defense, tell you a little more about freshman Christian Chatterton making his Auburn debut. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
No timeouts for Auburn. Aaron's got to hurry up. Finally throws it in to Dunnins, puts it up at the buzzer. Good! Auburn wins! Dunnins at the buzzer! The Tigers win! 76-74! Dunnins at the buzzer!
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
If your day sounds like,
we need the report ASAP.
You deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more rings, 2 more.
You deserve this ice cold reward. Modelo, the market of fight. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port Chicago, Illinois.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Cook's Pest Control, keeping your home and business safe from pests and termites since 1928. And by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama.
Welcome back to Plainsman Park. We're getting set for baseball. A Holy Cross lineup, Egri, Scanlon, and Belargian. The first three due up against Christian Chatterton. Defense behind the Auburn freshman. You got Bristol Carter in left, Cade Ballou in center, Ike Irish in right field today. Along the infield at the corners, it's Eric Guevara at third, Cooper McMurray at first. Up the middle, Derek Fabian at short, Chris Rembert at second base. Chase Fralick does the catching, his first start behind the plate today. And Christian Chatterton makes his Auburn debut. 6 feet, 203 pounds, freshman from Killen, went to Brooks High School, was rated the number 2 right-hander in the state of Alabama coming out. He was the 2024 Class 7A Player of the Year and a 3-time first-team All-State pitcher. Chatterton was 6-1 with a sub-1 earned run average during his senior year, and struck out the side in his appearance in the Perfect Game All-American Classic game. So Christian Chatterton, a lot of credentials, a lot of success, and now he takes the field for the first time, walking across and now jogging out to the mound as the rest of the Tigers make their way out onto the field. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Egri, Scanlon, and Belargian. This is a Holy Cross team that is hitting below 180 for the weekend. Auburn pitching has done a nice job of not allowing that many hits. They gave up 7 walks yesterday as a staff to go with 10 strikeouts, and they've hit a few batters this weekend as well. So Chatterton trying to get Auburn off to a good start against the first 3 in the Holy Cross lineup. We turn it over, happily for the first time this year at Plainsman Park, to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. Great to be at the ballpark on a beautiful Sunday on the opening weekend with the series on the line today between Auburn and Holy Cross. First pitch weather forecast brought to you by Blue Moon. Everything becomes brighter. Every sip of Belgian-style wheat ale is crafted with Valencia, orange peel, and coriander. Plus, try the new Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic. Check your local store for Blue Moon. Made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 60 degrees at game time today. Partly sunny afternoon, some puffy clouds overhead. And the wind may be the biggest factor here today. Wind out of the west-northwest at 17 miles an hour. And as you look at the flags above the War Eagle wall, they are extended. I mean, it is a big-time breeze out to left here today. Auburn in the home white trousers, Auburn's orange jerseys with the blue numerals and the lettering, the Auburn blue ball caps with the orange AU across the front. Holy Cross in the road grays, the purple trim and lettering for the Crusaders. Auburn won here on Friday night in the opener, and Holy Cross returned the favor last night. And the series is on the line today. Christian Chatterton out there for the Tigers. Fastball, slider, curveball, and a change. Fastball, 90-94 for this right-hander. C.J. Egri will lead it off. The right fielder is hitting .303 with a stolen base in 2 attempts this season. Right-handed hitter. Rivera, Fabian, Rembert, and McMurray across the Auburn infield, and Fralick behind the plate. The first pitch from Chatterton is a fastball that misses just a little bit low. Vic Carell behind the plate. Michael Phillips at first. Javero January down at second, and Michael Carroll at third. Wind and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a pop fly right side into right. That's Ike Irish territory today. He ranges in, makes the catch.
Playing a different position for the first time this year, not for the first time in his Auburn career, but first start in right field for Irish. And Coach Thompson talked about when the ball gets above the top of the 984 club, until then, the wind's not going to have that much of an impact. When it gets above that, then it's going to push a little bit. Irish measured it well.
Sean Scanlon at the plate takes a curveball in there for a strike from Chatterton. Scanlon, the DH, looking for his first hit of the season, an RBI this series, and Auburn goes to the shift. Guevara in the actual shortstop hole, everybody else on the right side of the infield, the 0-1. Fly ball again into right. Some carry this time. Irish ranges to his right, and now in a couple steps makes the catch, and there's 2 outs.
Irish has started a handful of games in right field throughout his Auburn career, so this isn't new. It's new for this year, but
matter of fact, moved to right field late in last night's ball game.
That's right.
After getting the start behind the plate. Auburn likes its depth at catcher this year as well.
At one point, all 4 guys who could catch were in the ball game last night, too.
2 down, nobody on. Here's Kress Belargian. Big right-handed hitter, batting .222 on the young season. First pitch, fastball at 91 for strike 1.
Chatterton is filling up the strike zone here early, and that's a good sign. He's
certainly
having an
is.
Economical inning thus far.
2 down, nobody on for Holy Cross. We're in the top of the first. Wind and delivery. Curveball, strike 2. That's a 12-6 curveball, isn't it?
Beautiful break. It's 76 miles an hour. Looked like it was just floating up there.
2 down, nobody on. Belargian behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the wind in the pitch. Fastball, popped it up. Left side behind the plate. Fralick gives chase. Does he have room? Nope. On the top of the screen. The old configuration here, I think he has a shot at that one, but of course with the Hall of Fame club that was instituted a year ago, installed, you lose a little room behind the plate at Plainsman Park now. No balls and 2 strikes, the count to Belargian. Braden Connors, the catcher, waits on deck. Right-hander Christian Chatterton winds and fires. Fastball high, and he goes after it and fouls it back here. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Belargian. Wind in the pitch from Christian Chatterton. Here it is. Left it a little bit high with that off-speed delivery. A ball and 2 strikes.
Not a bad idea, though, after a couple of fastballs that Belargian was a little bit behind on. See if you get him to speed up his bat.
2 down, nobody on the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at the curveball. And Chatterton works a perfect first in his college debut. 3 up and 3 down for Holy Cross. Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the first. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Auburn University, we're not just learners, we're doers. In every corner of the state, Auburn men and women put knowledge to work, fueling the state's economy and building healthier, more prosperous communities. We partner with local leaders to solve local challenges and create access to opportunities that benefit all. To learn how Auburn's at work in your community, visit auburn.edu/across Alabama. This message is sponsored by Auburn University, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown.
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Holy Cross retired 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Auburn sends Carter, Ballou, and Guevara to the plate to face Jaden Waiwota. Defensively behind him, John LaFleur, new guy in left. Gianni Royer in center, C.J. Eggery in right. Infield at the corners, Ryan Grundy at third, Chris Belargian at first. Up the middle, it's Jimmy King at short. And a new second baseman, Alex Sandell, makes his first start of the weekend. Braden Connors starts behind the plate, and he does the catching for Waiwota. Waiwota, a 2-year starter for this Crusaders program, 6'3", 220 out of Milford, Connecticut, and Jonathan Law High School. Right-hander is 7-7 in his career. Last year, 10 starts, 13 appearances, 59 and a third innings pitched, including 2 complete games. Gave up 84 hits, 37 earned runs. He walked only 16, and he struck out 41. Gave up 16 doubles, 3 home runs, and teams hit 329 against Jaden Waiwota. He goes to work against Carter, Ballou, and Guevara in the bottom of the first inning.
It's a good first inning of work for Christian Chatterton. Really looked in control, in command of his stuff. Fastball and curveball were very effective, and now let's see if Auburn can do something offensively in the bottom of the first. Bristol Carter off to a nice start in his first 2 games as an Auburn Tiger, hitting .429. No homers, no RBIs, but he has been Auburn's run scorer and base stealer. 3 of 3 on the year. Right-hander Waiwota rinds and fires. Chopper left side. Fair ball behind the bag. Third baseman Grundy throws to first. In time, a one-hopper to Belargian at first for the out.
Right away, Carter wants the review. Auburn has the second base, or the green base, to the right of the bag. First time we've seen that here. And he's asking for a review. He even stood on first base a little longer, and I think the coaches told him, now we're not going to take a look.
Nice play by Grundy going behind the bag on that one hopper, and then he threw a one hopper. The Belargian dug out at first. Here's Cade Ballou, the center fielder for Auburn. Also batting .429, a homer and a run batted in. That came Friday night. First pitch, strike. Waiwoda winds and fires, and Cade takes the off-speed delivery off the outside corner at 84. Ball and a strike. Outfield plays Ballou to pull just a bit. Now the 1-1. Fastball missed inside, maybe a little low. 2 balls and a strike to the Auburn center fielder.
Connors brought that up way more than he had to. He framed that and brought it right back to the middle of the zone. I think if he just barely moves, he might get that call.
2-1 pitch. Ballou swings, line drive, base hit into left field. Couple hops out there to LaFleur. Big turn by Ballou, but he'll come back to the bag, and he's aboard with a single.
That looked a lot like Cade's first hit Friday. The notable one, for very clear and appropriate reasons, was the home run. But his first hit Friday was an opposite field, down on the bat, just taking it the other way with some power behind it. That's what he did there.
And here's Eric Guevara for the Tigers. Our folks really excited about watching this youngster. And a healthy youngster at that. First pitch. Off-speed delivery misses off the outside corner. A ball and no strikes. Eric hitting .250 on the young season. Right-hand hitter batted .500 in the fall. Good lead for Ballou at first. He has a couple stolen bases. The pitch. Drops in for a strike. A ball and a strike. A couple off-speed deliveries to Guevara. Ike Irish waits on deck. No score. We're in the bottom half of the first. A runner at first for Auburn and 1 out. Waiwoda comes set. Throw to first. And Ballou is back safely. Good crowd out on the War Eagle wall today. And the wind is blowing in their faces out there, that's for sure.
Andy, Auburn's been pretty aggressive on the base paths. 7 for 7 stolen bases here on opening weekend. Bristol Carter has 3 of them. Ballou has 2. And Derek Fabian has 2.
Ballou gets his lead at first, and the 1-1 he goes. Pitch is a strike. There is no throw, and Cade Ballou has his 3rd stolen base of the year. Ball and 2 strikes now to Guevara.
That wasn't the best first step to second either from Ballou. It took him a couple of steps to really get going, but and he's just so strong and quick.
So Ballou at second base with his 3rd stolen base of the year. Now 1-2 the count to Guevara. Waiwoda stretches and pitches. Eric swings and misses at a slider off the outside edge. 2 down.
75 miles an hour, so late break, really late break on the slider. It looked good most of the way up to the plate.
And here's Ike Irish. Auburn left-handed hitter looking for his first hit of the season. Sets up deep in the box. Slightly open stance. Right-hander Waiwoda fires. And Ike swings and lines it through the right side. Into right field. Ballou is around third. He's going to try to score the throw. Not in time. Irish with his first hit and first RBI, and Auburn takes a 1-0 lead.
Didn't waste any time either. He looked to jump on the first pitch, as Ike has done so often in his 2+ years here on campus, and he sent a rope through the right side.
Got a pitch down and in, and he pulled it underneath the glove of Belargian at first. Egri came up throwing. That was a little closer at the plate than I thought it was going to be. No tag applied. Auburn leads 1-0. And here is Cooper McMurray.
Auburn's first run last night was a manufactured run. It was one of those get them on, get them over, get them in type situations. And there, the running game, the stolen base factors in.
No balls and a strike to McMurray. Here comes the pitch. Up and in, and the Irish goes. A little bit of delayed steal. And I'm not sure the catcher even knew that he was going until it was quite late.
I think you're exactly right. And Connors also, he held the ball there a little bit thinking that he was going to get a strike call. Combination of those two things, and it's a easy steal.
First of the season for Ike. 1-1. The count now to McMurray with a runner in scoring position. That was down, and it got him on the foot. I think it got him on the front foot. So McMurray is aboard with 2 down, runners at first and second. And it brings Derek Fabian to the plate, batting .286. No homers. And a run batted in. Yellowwood scoreboard. Good news to report. Auburn softball remains undefeated, closing out that tournament down in Clearwater today with a 2-1 win against Liberty. How about that?
Boy, that team. So they're 11 and Malvo.
Yes, they are. I heard that. It's very clever. Is that you? Was that you?
Well, no, John mentioned it, but he saw it from the softball social media team.
Okay. First pitch, off-speed delivery in there for a strike to Fabian.
I liken it to the reality series, Chris and Kate home plate.
Oh, okay. 0-1. Held up on a pitch that was down, but he did go, according to the first base umpire, Michael Phillips. And Derek is quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. First and second for Auburn. 2 down in the bottom of the first. Auburn has jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Irish at second, McMurray at first. Waiwoto off the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball up and out. Catcher tried to frame it to no avail. A ball and 2 strikes.
He is framing these things super aggressively.
That's a good way to put it.
Just way too much movement to get these borderline calls.
1-2 the count, the pitch. Fabian swings and misses at a high fastball, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left for Auburn. We're through 1 at Plainsman Park. Auburn 1, Holy Cross nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's a nice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste because you know all of your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through humps, bumper to bumper, and people yell. You are a fighter. Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
Today's second inning brought to you by Southern Union. There's a path to the plains, and it runs through Southern Union State Community College. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently. All at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the plains. Along with Brad Law, I'm Andy Bertram. Glad to be with you today on the Auburn Sports Network, our fabulous list of affiliates around the Southeast. The Auburn Tigers Game Day app, the YouTube feed.
Yes.
Hello. And on SEC Network Plus, I understand we're the voices you're here today.
It's what they call in the industry a pass-through game.
Pass-through. Okay.
So it is the radio broadcast. So if you're watching it and it sounds a little different, it's a radio broadcast, an audio broadcast that is synced with the video.
Glad to be with you today.
Can I give you a Yellowwood scoreboard update that I think you'll be interested in?
All right. First, let me get the first pitch to Braden Connors here in the second inning from Christian Chatterton. Needed 10 pitches to get through the first. There's a swing on a looper behind third. Guevara goes out. He's there to make the catch. 1 out.
Boy, really? I mean, a 4-pitch at bat to Belargian is the longest at bat through the first 4 batters that Chatterton has had. On the Yellowwood scoreboard, they're in the 5th inning in Gastonia, North Carolina. Indiana State leads Wagner 35-1.
March on, Sycamores.
Wow, thought you'd like that.
Here's Gianni Royer. First pitch, curveball, strike one. Curveball has been very effective early on today, especially against the right-hand hitters. Royer batting a team-leading .333 on the season. 0-1 pitch. Swing, fly ball into center. Back is Ballou to his right at the warning track. right in front of the Under Armour sign. Makes a fine running catch. That ball took off a little bit, didn't it?
Yes, it did. And I think Royer was sitting on fastball. He was waiting on it, got a good stroke into it, and Blue had to speed up toward the end to go get it, and then he chest bumped the wall after he made the catch.
Here's the shortstop, Jimmy King. Couple runs batted in, batting 167 after the first 2 days. Winding the pitch from Chatterton. Fastball that misses high and inside. 91 on the heater from Christian Chatterton. Two down, nobody on for Holy Cross. The wind and the pitch. Drops in for a strike. A ball and a strike from Chatterton.
That curveball has you described it perfectly last inning, a 12-6 curve. Looked a lot like Cam Tilley's when it was really on last year.
1-1. There's a swing on the line drive to right. There's Ike Irish to his left. And for the second straight inning, Christian Chatterton makes quick work of the Crusaders. We go to the bottom half of the second. 3 up, 3 down for Holy Cross. Auburn leads it by a score of 1-0. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Do you live in Lee County? You are eligible for a Max Credit Union account. Working in Lee County? You're eligible for a Max Credit Union account. Listening to this radio ad right now? 99% chance you are eligible to have a Max Credit Union account. At Max Credit Union, if you live, work, worship, or attend school in Lee or one of our 26 other counties, you are eligible to open an account with Max. Come see us in Auburn or Opelika or get started now at mymax.com. Some restrictions apply.
Southeastern Industrial Contractors offers the path to a productive and successful career for hard workers of all ages, especially young people looking to jump straight into the workforce. Southeastern Industrial Contractors is now hiring for great paying skilled trade positions. Managing partner Derek Harville is a proud Auburn University graduate with deep roots in the community. Give him a call at 334-209-6355 to learn more. Southeastern Industrial Contractors, 334-209-6355.
Christian Chatterton was even more efficient in the second inning than he was in the first. He has set down the first 6 men he has faced in his college career. Auburn leads it 1-0. Bottom third of the order up for Auburn in the bottom of the second to face Jaden Waiwoda. It will be Lucas Steele, Chris Rembert, and Chase Freilich for the Tigers. Auburn got a run on an RBI single by Ike Irish in the first after Cade Ballou had singled and stolen second. Steele, left-handed hitter, DH for the Tigers. Wind in the pitch from Waiwoda, misses outside for ball 1. Steele's a switch hitter, junior, 5'11", 215 out of Hoover. Transferred in from Sanford, the 1-0. Line drive down the right field line, hit it well, but pulled it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Steele.
Now, Auburn has struggled to string hits together through the first 2 games of the series consistently, but they hit a lot of balls hard in last night's game. They just happened to hit them right at defenders.
1-1, off-speed delivery misses outside to Steele. Rembert and Freilich to follow for Auburn. In the second, Tigers lead 1-0. Two-one pitch from Waiwoda. Swing, and he loops it foul off the left side onto the Tiger Terrace. Good crowd of folks out there. War Eagle Wall, the back 40 starting to get filled up. K corner up on top of the parking deck as well. And in this beautiful ballpark. 2-2 pitch. Popped it up left side. Will that stay in play for Grundy? Near the wall. It comes back and falls safely. It just kept spinning, and it fell back behind him. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Typically, a ball hit to that side is going to have some side spin that takes it away from the foul line. That looked like he certainly lunged the last minute and it overran the ball.
Yeah, it spun behind him almost with the wind. 2-2 pitch. Steele out in front and off the facing of the Holy Cross dugout.
He's not getting cheated on these swings.
Andrew Dutton is Auburn's first base coach. Carl Nunemaker, the third base coach.
Yep. That's something we're going to see throughout the year. That's a change.
2-2 to Steele. Changeup misses low, full count.
It won't always be Dutton at first, but they'll kind of rotate some players in. They like Nunemaker at third, and they like Gabe Gross in the dugout to be able to talk to the hitters in real time.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Steele. Leading off the second, the pitch. Fought it off and fouled it back. We've seen the same thing with Auburn softball right now. Chris Malvo is the offensive coach, and he remains in the dugout to be able to talk to his hitters. Kate, the Auburn third base coach for that undefeated ball club right now.
I'll say it's worked pretty well for them.
Sure has. They are on the road again this weekend at a venue that this baseball team will be playing at a little bit later. We'll explain in a moment. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Came in with a fastball for his third strikeout of the game.
Steele didn't like it, but I'll tell you, Connors that time did the opposite of what he's been doing. He just barely moved the mitt to frame it. Didn't really move it all that much. He just went from an elbow out to an elbow down position when he received the ball, and that was enough to get the call. He moved it just enough.
Here's Rembert. Swing, chopper, third base side. Third baseman in, throws to first. Pulled him off the bag. He pulled Belargian off the bag. Rembert is safe. Well, let's see what they call this. The throw did pull Belargian off the bag. It was going to be a bang-bang play, and it is an error on Ryan Grundy. First error of the day for the Crusaders. Boy, errors played a part in last night's ball game, didn't it?
Yes, they did. 3 errors, a couple of unearned runs in a game that ends.
Yeah.
In a 2-run ball game.
Here's the catcher, Chase Freilich. Stretch in the pitch from Waiwoda. Outside for ball 1, top of the order, and Bristol Carter waits on deck.
I think it's probably the right call on an error. He had a little more time there to make that throw.
Rembert gets his lead at first. And a throw over. He dives back safely. Good to see Andrew Dalton employing the stopwatch over there on the move to first. Ball and no strikes to Freilich. Stretch by Waiwoda, the pitch. Strike call. Nice job by Connors to bring that one up. The ball and strike.
Yeah, Dutton's brother, Samuel, was the starting pitcher in yesterday's game.
Go to first, and it gets away. Rembert's going to get to second base. Second baseman came over as that one bounced off the wall. He ran past it, but Rembert holds at second base on the second error of the inning by Holy Cross. That's a throwing error on the pitcher, Waiwoda.
That's why the third base coach is so important, and Carl Nunemaker had the hands up, palms out, giving him the stop sign. Ball was not overrun enough for Chris to be able to try to sneak an extra bag out of it.
1-1 count to Freilich. The pitch on the way. Drops low. 2 balls and a strike. Second and third errors of this series by Holy Cross. Rembert at second. Now the 2-1 to Freilich. Ground ball to the right side. I'll get the runner to third. Belargian fields, races to the bag in time to get the out. And now Rembert at third base with 2 down. We go to the top of the order and Bristol Carter.
Auburn only had 1 2-out hit in last night's game. They were 1 for 8 with 2 outs.
Waiwoda is at 31 pitches with 2 down and a runner at third here in the second. Pitch on the way to Carter. It missed off the outside edge. 1 ball and no strikes. Bristol jumped on the first pitch of the bottom of the first and hit it behind the third base bag. A fine play by Grundy to throw him out at first base, and a 1-hopper to Belargian. 1-0. Same place, same result. Whew. He did not go, according to the first base umpire. 2 balls and no strikes. I think that pitch was a little bit closer.
Yeah.
2-0 the count to Carter.
Now, you can't throw him the same breaking ball here, can you? He's got to go fastball. He's got to look fastball.
2-0. He did throw it. I think that was off speed, but he caught the corner. 2-1.
He sure did.
Rembert at third, 2 down. Couple errors in the inning, getting the Auburn second baseman all the way over to third base. 2 balls and a strike to pitch. Carter swings and lifts it into right center field. Long run for Egri. He's not going to get it. Splits the gap. Carter around first base, digs for second. And Auburn gets a 2-out base hit. It's a double for Bristol Carter, the first in an Auburn uniform. Rembert comes home for the Tigers, and Auburn now leads 2-0.
He didn't throw the fastball on 2-0, but he did throw it 2-1, and I think Carter was sitting on it. He was ready for the fastball, hunting the fastball. He got it in the crosshairs.
2-0 Auburn on top, and here's Cade Ballou. Singled through the left side, still second in the first, and scored Auburn's first run. Tigers now lead 2-0. Carter at second base. Pitch on the way. Ballou held up as that one sailed down and into the Auburn center fielder. Ballou hitting .500 in the series.
Carter's fun to watch on the base pads. He'll dance around, move around out there.
1-0 to Cade. Fastball in. 2 balls and no strikes. They can afford to be careful here with Ballou, with first base open and a right-handed hitter and Eric Guevara waiting on deck. It's a righty against the lefty here. 2 balls and no strikes to Ballou. Here comes the pitch. It hit him. Off-speed pitch came in, and Ballou's aboard. It's the second hit batter for Waiwoda, and that will get a trip to the mound. And that may get the bullpen active. I don't think there's anyone throwing yet, is there?
No, I don't see any, no movement out there. Entire infield is in. Both batters that have been hit by Waiwoda are lefties.
Yep. Both have been hit by off-speed pitches.
Yep.
Off the inside edge.
Just to go back to Carter's double, just a really good piece of hitting. Waited on the fastball, then didn't try to pull it. Totally happy going the other way with it. 2 of Auburn's 3 hits have been opposite field.
The Ballou single back in the first and the double to right by Carter. By the way, they have set the game times for the midweek games this week. 6 o'clock Tuesday night for Auburn and Troy, and 4 o'clock Wednesday before the basketball game.
Right.
With Auburn and North Alabama. All right. Here's Guevara, strikeout victim in the first. Stretching the pitch. Down on the off-speed delivery. And they've got Carter hung up between second and third. They throw to third, and he is out. Just wandered too far off the bag.
Yep.
And the rally comes to a close. Auburn gets a run on 2 hits, or a hit. 2 errors in the inning and a man left. We're through 2 at Plainsman Park. Auburn 2, Holy Cross nothing. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends, ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta, oh, sorry, or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles. Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Back to more Auburn baseball against Holy Cross.
Welcome back to Plainsman Park. Auburn 2, Holy Cross nothing. We move to the third. Of course, the third inning brought to you by the Vance Law Firm, where the phone number is easy to remember. They say, dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. Single runs for Auburn in the first and the second. Christian Chatterton has set down all 6 men he's faced. 10 pitches in the first for Christian, 6 in the second. And now he gets the bottom third of the order. John LaFleur, Ryan Grundy, and Alex Sandell. LaFleur making his 2025 debut. Left-handed hitter, sets up deep in the box. Waits for the first pitch from Chatterton. There it is. Slider in for a strike. 89 with some life from Christian Chatterton. Auburn plays LaFleur to pull. Not in the shift, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Same pitch, maybe a little bit further over the plate. 0-2 the count.
Chatterton's delivery is fascinating to watch. Coach Thompson in pregame said it didn't always look smooth. Well, that's one way to put it.
0-2 pitch. Here it is. Ground ball to the right side. It's through for a base hit. He tomahawked that one into right. Got a fastball up, and LaFleur is aboard with a leadoff single in the third. In between McMurray and Rembert.
Yep, nothing either one of them could do there. That was going to find its way through.
I think if it's a pitch that he takes, it's ball high.
Yeah, it could have been.
So a leadoff single for LaFleur. Here's Ryan Grundy.
Go
ahead.
Chatterton's delivery has a little herky-jerky after he throws the pitch.
Huh. A little post herky-jerky.
So like his follow-through, rather than sweep the leg over, it's more of a hesitate and kick the leg over.
Here's the pitch. Strike on the curveball from Chatterton to the third baseman Grundy.
It works, and so it's not a criticism. It's just an observation. It's not a style that I would compare to anybody else's.
0-1 from Grundy, or to Grundy. Here it is. Fastball, strike, calling the inside corner. 0-2. Fastball at 89. He's been about 93 at tops today. Making his first college start, Christian Chatterton. Runner at first, nobody out for Holy Cross in the top of the third. Rubber game of the series. Tigers up 2-0. Here's the pitch. Missed outside with that fastball at 90. 1-2 strikes to Grundy. Alex Sandell, the second baseman, waits on deck. In the top of the order for the Crusaders. Chatterton comes set above the belt and the 1-2. Curveball, and he chops it foul to the edge of the dugout, the Holy Cross dugout. Folks continue to file in. 5,700 here on Friday night, a new program record. Be fun to watch that broken as this season goes along. You know it? Stretch by Chatterton, and the 1-2 not made. Throw to first, runner back. No tag applied by Cooper McMurray.
Yeah, I think about some of those SEC Friday nights, Saturdays, and with warmer temperatures. It's going to be a fun place to be.
Ooh, just off the outside edge. 2-2 strikes to Grundy. Going to be a good crowd by the time this day's over.
You're right.
Folks continue to file in. 2 strikes. Chatterton comes set. Here's the pitch. Grundy pops it up foul, back and out of play off the left side.
It's a good job by Grundy to get his hands in and down a little bit just to make contact.
Fastball at 90 from Chatterton. Grundy, left-hand hitter, sets right on top of the box. LaFleur at first. A leadoff single for the Crusaders. Nobody out. Pitch on the way. Grundy out in front of the curveball for a strikeout. The first. Make that the second of the day for Chatterton.
Beautiful pitch. Bottom just fell out of it completely. It looked good all the way there and then just dropped.
And he hasn't eased into that curveball today. I think the second pitch he threw was a curveball. And he's been able to locate it early on. Here's Alex Sandell, the second baseman, right-handed hitter, making his debut today. Stretching the pitch. Up and in with the fastball. Outfield straight away with Sandell at the plate. LaFleur gets his lead at first. He's there with one down. Stretch, throw over, runner back.
Auburn has turned to double play in each of the first 2 games of the series. They really like this infield.
1-0. Curveball strike. Buckled that front foot or that front knee, did he?
Starts 10 feet in the air and just drops right at the knees.
1 ball and 1 strike now to Sandell. Ford gets a pretty good lead over there. First. Stretch and the pitch. That curveball missed in. 1-1 the count. One out, one on for the Crusaders. Top of the third, 2-0 Auburn. The pitch. Swing on a fly ball down the left field line. That's going to be trouble. That is a fair ball, and it falls in and into the corner. LaFleur to third. He is going to try and score, and he will score. The throw to the cutoff man was dropped, and it's a double down the left field line by Alex Sandell. That cuts the lead in half, 2-1, Auburn on top.
So LaFleur got on base his first playing time of the weekend, and then Sandell drove him in his first at-bat of the weekend. I think they've got a shot. Fabian's got a strong enough arm, but Derek just didn't catch the relay throw cleanly, so there was no play at the plate.
Ball was not hit especially far, but Carter was so far off the line, he had no chance to get to it, and then it scooted into the corner. 2-1, Auburn on top, runner at second, top of the order up. First pitch, fastball in there for a strike to Egri. Egri flied to right to open the ball game. Sandell at second base. 1 down, a run home for Holy Cross. 0-1 pitch. Bounces up there and past Freilich. And Sandell scoots into third.
Not much Freilich could do about that. It bounced about 3-4 feet in front of the plate.
1 ball and 1 strike now the count to Egri. Tying run down at third with 1 out. It is a wild pitch charged to Christian Chatterton. McMurray up on the edge of the grass at first. Guevara even with the bag at third. Now the entire infield comes in. The pitch on the way. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Who wants this one? How about Rembert? Still on the dirt, makes the catch, and obviously the runner stays at third. That's a big second out for Chatterton. 2 down. And with 2 down, here's Sean Scanlon. Runner at third, 2 down for Holy Cross. Auburn with a 2-1 lead. Line in the pitch, Scanlon. And it gets away from the catcher, and here comes Sandell, and he scores. I thought that hit the batter. That should be a dead ball.
That's what everybody in the Auburn dugout is screaming.
That hit the batter. It should be a dead ball. Yeah. That moves the runner back to third, and the runner goes to first.
Freilich immediately was signaling that.
I thought so as well. And now the umpiring crew will come together. We'll see if we can get a good replay of this one.
They just showed a replay, and I missed it because I was looking down on the field. Hopefully we'll get another one. Maybe we'll get another one.
I predict we will.
Okay. Umpires are together now. Yep, they just asked,
do you want to review? And I think Auburn will certainly do that, don't you?
I do. Let's make sure, because they haven't gone in the room yet. Javero January wants to talk to the crowd.
Whether or not the pitcher hit the bat on the initial pitch.
Okay.
Right? All they're going to use the talent to see if we get that hit by pitch.
All right.
Replay reviews are presented by Jackson Services. Time to review your home's heating and cooling system. Choose Jackson Services, comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Visit jacksonservicesco.com. Jackson Services, an official carrier, authorized dealer.
So if the pitch hits Scanlon, then he goes to first, and Sandell is at third.
Right. So it becomes a dead ball. And
yeah. And if it didn't hit him, well, then the run stands, and we're tied. And that was the original call, is that it didn't hit him, and the runner scored.
Sandell went to third on a wild pitch. He scored on what is right now ruled a wild pitch. And the review is quick, commences, and here is January.
We get a look at it.
The initial pitch did hit the batter.
Yeah, hit him right under the knee.
Yeah, it bounced first and then hit him.
Yeah.
So Sandell goes back to third base. Scanlon goes to first on the hit batter. Not many times you're happy for a hit batter, but Auburn is there. But Holy Cross now has runners at the corners with 2 outs, and Chris Belargian coming to the plate. Oh for 1 on the day. Runners at the corners with 2 down. Scanlon gets his lead at first. Sandell from third. Here comes the pitch. Belargian fists one into right. Here comes Irish. He is there to make the catch, and the inning comes to a close. A run on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left for Holy Cross. We move to the bottom of the third at Plainsman Park. Tigers lead the Crusaders by a score of 2-1, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
They know we do this, so when they come up, they call the play. We're going to come up and screen. No, we didn't do it.
Arthur, long three, got it! Oh, he got it!
Now, don't foul.
Oh, my gosh! Harper just dribbled it out and said, stop me if you can.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
To the bottom of the third, Holy Cross with a run in the top half of the inning. Tigers lead the Crusaders by a score of 2-1. Guevara, Irish, and McMurray, the Auburn trio. Let me remind you that Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage, a game day favorite, always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama off I-65, exit 96. And we will see a little bit of action, at least headed to the bullpen right now for Holy Cross. Waiwoda, in 2 innings of work, has thrown 39 pitches. He struck out Guevara in the first. Auburn has scored in the first 2 innings here today. Holy Cross a run in the top of the third. Pitch to Guevara, a fastball at 86 on the inside corner. Outfield straightaway, infield normal depth for Guevara, the 0-1 pitch. Swings and lifts one right side, shallow right. Right fielder Egri is in, loses his cap, fights the wind and makes the catch. Don't forget Auburn women's basketball this afternoon. Tigers hosting Vanderbilt at Neville Arena. 3 o'clock is tip-off. Broadcast time with Britt Bowen and Dr. Larry DeShera at 2:45. Locally on ESPN 106.7. Here's Ike Irish. RBI single in the first, stole a base. Ground ball, one hop right to the first baseman, Balargian. To the bag for the second out.
He hit that ball about as hard as he hit the ball in the first inning. That was an RBI single. I mean, he tattooed it, but it was right at Balargian.
2 outs in the inning, and here's Cooper McMurray. Auburn first baseman hit by a pitch in the first. Batting .286 on the campaign. Open stance from the left side. The pitch on the way. Fastball catches the corner. No balls and a strike to Coop. 2 outs and nobody on for Auburn. 0-1 delivery. Floats in there for strike 2. McMurray originally out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Transferred to Auburn from Kansas. He's behind no balls and 2 strikes to Waiwoda, who's looking for his most efficient inning of the day so far. Time called by the catcher. Had to readjust his mask. 2 runs on 3 hits for Auburn. A run on 2 hits with a pair of errors for Holy Cross. We're in the bottom of the third. 2 outs and nobody on. And McMurray behind no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Missed the outside corner. Fabian waits on deck. Would love for a chance to bat here with 2 down in the inning. Activity, but no one throwing yet in the Holy Cross bullpen. 1-2 to McMurray, fouls it back. We saw at least one bullpen catcher sprint to the bullpen in between the top and the bottom of this inning, but someone is out there loosening and not throwing yet. A ball and 2 strikes to McMurray. Here's the wind of the pitch. McMurray, ground ball, foul past first, just beyond the green first base bag.
The lefties are starting to get the timing down on the fastball a little bit better. They're starting to see it a little better anyway on the inner half. You saw Ike do that, really turned on it quickly with a quick bat. Same thing with McMurray on that swing, just a tad bit early.
1-2 pitch to Coop. Reaches out, grounds it on a hop, big hop. Balargian to Waiwoda, covering the bag at first, and Auburn is retired in order. We're through 3 at Plainsman Park. Rubber game of the series between Auburn and Holy Cross. Tigers lead it by a score of 2-1. Brad Law takes over when we come back. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good, and they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/radio and use code radio for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/radio and use code radio at checkout.
O'Reilly. You need parts? O'Reilly Auto Parts has parts. Need them fast? We've got fast. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
2-1 Auburn. We move to the top of the fourth. 4, 5, and 6 hitters to the plate for Holy Cross. 3 good innings of work so far for Christian Chatterton. And to take you through the middle 3 innings. The pride of Piedmont, Alabama, where they'll have a parade for him when Auburn plays at Jacksonville State later this season. Here's Bradford Tilo.
I keep waiting on parade info. You say that every year. I keep waiting. There is none.
Do you have a preference to the color of the Corvette convertible that you'll be sitting in?
Navy blue. Yeah, navy blue.
I'll go to work on that.
Yeah.
Take it over.
Braden Connors, the catcher, steps in. Middle third of the order due up. First pitch to Connors missed outside for ball one. Chatterton, 36 pitches through 3 innings and 1 pitch. Freshman right-hander on the right side of the rubber. Kicks and fires. And the pitch is fouled off to the left out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Connors popped up to third in his first at-bat, his only at-bat of the weekend. They've started 3 different catchers. Connors, a sophomore from Wyckoff, New Jersey. Left-handed hitter, slightly open stance near the back of the box, the 1-1. Tipped foul at the plate. He tried to wait on that curve and did, and got just a little piece of it. 1-2 the count. Chatterton has struck out 2 today. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run, 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a breaking ball. Had Connors way out in front. That's the 3rd strikeout for Chatterton. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. One away for Gianni Royer. Royer flied to center his first time and drives 1 to left. Deep. Carter goes back into the canyon. He looks up, and that ball is gone. It's a home run for Gianni Royer. He jumped on the first pitch, got a fastball, and he hammered it out past the canyon. He hit that ball a long, long way, and we are tied at 2 in the 4th inning. Royer went up, first pitch swinging, got a fastball at the knees, over the plate, and it cleared the wall by a couple of feet. So 2-2 our score, hits even at 3 apiece, and here's Jimmy King. The shortstop from Philadelphia, he swings at the first pitch and lofts it into shallow right. Irish, a last-second adjustment, dips to his left. Makes the catch, 2 down. And John LaFleur comes to the plate. He singled in the 3rd, came around to score the first run of the day for the Crusaders. Another left-handed hitter. He also is deep in the batter's box, the pitch. And there's a called strike, 0-1. He's deep in the box, but his left foot, which is his back foot, is towing the line. He is leaned out over the plate. It looks from this angle like it's a little over the line. 0-1. Swing and a miss. He tried to stop his swing on the breaking ball, but he couldn't. So Chatterton in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Shift is on with 2 strikes against the lefty LaFleur. Wind in the delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Breaking ball. So Chatterton bookends the inning with strikeouts, but in the middle, Gianni Royer, a solo home run to left center, ties the game at 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-2 our score. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Fabian, Steele, and Rembert, 6, 7, and 8 in the order, due up against Jayden Waiwoda. 2-2 is our score. Auburn got runs in the first and second. Holy Cross got runs in the third and the top of the fourth. And before Fabian stands in, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Derek Fabian is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's 2 for 8 on the weekend. Fabian has a triple. He's walked. He scored a run. He swings at the first pitch, pops it up off the end of the bat into shallow center. Shortstop King is back, and he dropped it. He dropped the ball.
Brad, it kept carrying on him. The wind got a hold of it. The wind has shifted a little bit. Instead of going out just to left, it's now blowing out a bit to right center. And that just carried it away and away and away. And all King could do is just get his glove on it.
Holy Cross has made some really good defensive plays this weekend. King, well, you could see where he originally set up to catch the ball was almost directly behind the shortstop position, and he had to keep going out towards center. So a runner at first. And there's a fly ball to right center off the bat of Steele. It'll carry, but not far enough. It kept carrying all the way to the warning track in right center. Steele gave it a ride, but it's out number 1.
It sure did carry. He was right up against the wall when he made the catch in right center.
Carried further than I thought. That wind is
just to the left of the back 40 out there.
Yeah, it's making a difference. So Steele retired for the first out. Here's Chris Rembert. Fabian at first after the third error of the game for the Crusaders. First pitch to Rembert, misses low, ball 1. Rembert reached on an error, went to second on a throwing error, came around to score on Carter's double, and he takes ball 2 downstairs. Fabian at first has stolen a couple of bases this weekend. Auburn's been aggressive. They've stolen 9 in the series, including 2 today. Fabian gets a modest lead, and now the 2-0 pitch to Rembert. Flied right side. That'll get out of play. Rembert really showed out in the fall games down in Pensacola, his hometown, as a throw to first. And Fabian is back. Highly touted freshman. They've loved his attitude, his approach to the work necessary to get ready for the season. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Took a big cut at a fastball.
Yellowwood scoreboard, South Carolina winner today over Sacred Heart, 8-0. Top of the 6th, Missouri leads Stetson 7-4. Mississippi State leads Manhattan 3-0, bottom half of the 3rd.
2-2 to Rembert. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball, tailing away. 2 away. So for Auburn to reclaim the lead, it'll take something from Chase Spralick.
Purdue-Fort Wayne leads at LSU 1-0. That game is in the top of the 4th on the Yellowwood scoreboard.
Fralick hit it hard, but right at the first baseman. There goes Fabian. Pitch is a strike. The throw down to second is also a strike, and Fabian is caught stealing. It's the first time this season Auburn base runner has been thrown out trying to steal.
May review this one.
Yeah, Fabian asked for it.
Thought that he slid. He slid to the outfield side of second base.
So they'll get Holy Cross back on the field.
Hold the phones.
Out at second base. The previous play is on review.
Right, second review of the ball game.
Yep, Auburn's 1-1 challenge today. We get a look in our booth.
I don't know if he came off the bag, Brad. Did he come off the bag?
I couldn't tell. It sure did look like King applied the tag twice.
Yes.
Like the first one didn't get him.
Yeah, like the first one didn't go.
Yeah. Replay reviews are presented by Jackson Services. Time to review your home's heating and cooling system? Choose Jackson Services. Comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Visit jacksonservicesco.com. Jackson Services, an official carrier-authorized dealer.
It appeared to me that the second base umpire, Jabaro January, made the call on the original tag.
Yeah.
But you're right. It looked like he applied the tag twice.
Which would seem to indicate that
at least he thought that Fabian came off the bag.
Yeah, yeah. Or that he didn't get him the first time.
Correct as well. Here we go. Another replay that we get from our folks at War Eagle Productions. Good pitch to handle. Pitch was a little, throw to second base was high. And it may have been the fact that he was off the bag when that second tag was applied.
It's hard to tell.
It is.
If that's the only angle that they have, it's going to be hard to overturn it.
More scores on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Texas A&M leads Elon 2-0. In College Station, that game is in the bottom of the fourth. Let's see. Vanderbilt leads UC Irvine in Phoenix 1-0 in the top half of the fourth. Bradley and Alabama are tied at 1 in Tuscaloosa, top half of the fourth. Later today, Georgia and UNCW, Ole Miss and Clemson.
Here we go.
Texas and Oklahoma State.
After review, the one at second is safe.
I'll bet
safe.
How about that?
All right.
Still has 2 remaining.
I like the language around these reviews because it's not call stands or call confirmed. It's he's safe.
And credit Fabian for immediately saying I was safe.
That's right.
Let's get the review. Third stolen base for Derek, and now an opportunity for Auburn to regain the lead.
The count, no balls and a strike on Chase Freilich. A hit means a run and the lead.
Timeout call. They're going to reset the defense right now. Holy Cross, that is.
2-2 our score, bottom of the fourth inning. The pitch, hit hard, fair down the first base line and headed for the corner. Rounding third is Fabian. He'll score. Heading for second. Freilich will have to put on the brakes and head back to first. That's all right, though. Tigers reclaim the lead. An RBI single for the freshman catcher. Tigers back on top 3-2.
Brad, you talked about yesterday that Auburn had only 1 2-out base hit. Well, they have 2 of them today.
Yep.
And both have resulted in runs. Ball was scorched past the first baseman by Freilich.
And again, Auburn takes advantage of an error.
And a review.
Yeah. 0-1. Hit hard, but at the shortstop, King. He'll flip to second for the force out there. So Carter grounds into that fielder's choice, and that will put a lid on the inning. But Auburn reclaims the lead. A run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We're through 4 with the new score. Auburn 3, Holy Cross 2. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Welcome back to the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. I've seen a lot of basketball, and I can tell you that to stay on top, you got to adapt, stay focused, and innovate. That's what wins championships. That's how Ford F-150 and the Ford Super Duty stay at the top of the truck game. For 47 consecutive years, Ford F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck because they deliver what you need to win the day. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. Tell them Coach Pearl sent you.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
This is opening weekend on the Plains. Back to Plainsman Park for more Auburn baseball.
Christian Chatterton back to the mound for inning number 5. So far, he's given up 2 runs on 3 hits. Throw goes down to second. He'll get numbers 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Crusaders. Grundy, Sandell, and Egri. 4 strikeouts for Chatterton.
Auburn's bullpen starting to get occupied now. I don't think there's anyone throwing yet. A few more guys headed out to the bullpen between innings. 44 pitches so far for Chatterton.
Yeah, 11 pitches an inning is not bad at all.
Oh.
Started out really well. Those first 2 innings really flew by. First pitch, just a little outside for ball 1. Grundy 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Chatterton has not walked a batter. He has given up a double, a home run, a single. He has hit a batter today. Right-handed pitcher goes to work, plants and deals, and misses low and in with a fastball. 2-0. Grundy now 0 for 8 on the weekend with 3 strikeouts. Left-handed hitter, 2-0 pitch. There it is. There's a strike at the knees, inner half. You mentioned softball later, or this weekend, going to go up to Madison, Alabama, and play in the home of the Trash Pandas. 2-1 pitch. Just missed outside with a heater. It's 3-1.
This is his first 3-ball count of the day, isn't it?
It is, yeah. He hadn't had a whole lot of 2-ball counts. He's only had 2 of those before this 3-1. The delivery. Hit hard on a hop to second, deep second. Rembert was playing on the edge of the right field grass. Had him played perfectly. Fielded it on a hop and threw him out. 1 away.
I guarantee you when that left the bat of Grundy, that's a base hit in his eyes.
Yep.
But Rembert was playing 3 steps on the grass and moved just a little bit to his left and was able to make the throw to first. And we do have some activity now in the bullpen for Holy Cross.
Here's Alex Sandell, the second baseman from Cambridge, Mass. First pitch, curveball, low. It finished just barely above the dirt. A ball and no strikes. Sandell doubled in the third, brought home a run. The wind of the pitch from Chatterton. There's a strike. Outside corner.
I like that location, Brad. Fastball on the outer edge.
Yeah, Sandell throws the bat out there at it. He's not going to be able to do a whole lot with it. Chatterton off the right side of the rubber. Goes into the wind. The 1-1. High fly ball. Left side. Wind's going to keep it in play.
Sure is.
And Carter near the wall.
Wow,
backs
really
up
job.
and makes a catch.
That's a really good job just to stay with it.
Yep.
Brad, as we were watching that, we have a great angle down the left. That ball was foul for 3/4 of the way down, and then the wind brought it back into fairground, and Carter stayed with it and caught it, 15 feet in fairground?
Yep. That is not easy to do. Ball's got spin, and the wind is pushing it.
Swind.
All right, that's a new term. Here's Egri. First pitch, curveball. Steve Reich 1. Egri's put it in the air twice. Once to right, once to second base. The 0-1. Low and away. Flinched, but didn't offer at it.
Be nice to put up a 0 after getting the lead.
Mm-hmm. Chatterton retired the side in order in the first and second. Here's the 1-1. Another breaking ball, missed low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Egri, 2 for 8 on the weekend. Holy Cross right fielder, right-handed batter, 2-1. Hit hard into left center field on a line that will get down in front of the warning track. Extra bases for Egri, and he's got a double. His second double of the series.
Fortunate that ball wasn't elevated and got some wind behind it. As it was, it made one bounce, and it is almost plugged out there. It looked like Ballou looked like he was going to go and have to go to the warning track to get it. It stopped. He was able to get to it, get it back in the infield, but a stand-up double for Egri with 2 down.
Sean Scanlon comes to the plate. He was hit by a pitch last time up. He's also flied out to right field. First pitch here is low and blocked well by Freilich. A ball and nothing the count on Scanlon. 0 for 6 in the series for the preseason Patriot League Player of the Year. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. Off-speed pitch. Evens the count, 1-1. Belargian would be next. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Hits are even at 4 apiece. Auburn leads 3-2. Crusaders have committed 3 errors today. None for the Tigers. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball.
Elevated it too, Brad. Up and away. All right. Do you continue to climb the ladder here on 1-2?
I would, because I think Scanlon's going to expect something off speed. Chatterton comes set, looks to second, looks home, comes home. He threw him a breaking ball.
Didn't miss by much.
No, missed a little bit low, but was in the zone a lot of time, too. That's a strong take by Scanlon. 2-2 to the Holy Cross DH. The stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with that curveball.
He came back with the off-speed pitch.
So the 2-out double does no harm. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Auburn 3, Holy Cross 2. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Looked at the bottom of the 5th. Auburn on top 3-2 against Holy Cross, and the Crusaders make a pitching change to number 18, junior right-hander Brock Graff, Graf, 6'2", 202, a junior right-hander out of Glenview, Illinois, and a transfer from St. Louis University. Played his high school baseball most recently at IMG Academy. Played 2 seasons at St. Louis as a Billiken. Recorded a 1-0 record, a 9.39 earned run average with 5 strikeouts in 7 2/3 innings. Most recently, he set IMG's postgraduate program record with 31 wins. So he takes over for the starter, Jaden Waiwoda. Waiwoda did a nice job of staying in this ball game. 4 innings pitched, Gave up 3 runs, only 1 earned on 4 hits. Struck out 4, didn't walk a batter. He hit 2. He worked around 3 errors and threw 57 pitches, 37 for strikes. Cannot be the winner, could be the loser. Auburn carries a 3-2 lead to the bottom of the 5th.
It is a Pepper Tree pitching change for Holy Cross. First batter of the inning is Cade Ballou, and the first pitch to him misses for ball 1.
We have a gift certificate to Pepper Tree that we need to take advantage of.
Sure do.
Ooh, boy.
The 1-0. Hard hit, but foul on the ground past Andrew Dutton at first base. 1-1 the count. For a new level of taste, Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection and the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery and online steaksandwine.com. Ballou swings and flies it to left. LaFleur has a beat on it. He's got it for the first out. 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Eric Guevara, the hitter. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly to right. He's 2 for 10 on the weekend. Graff, fastball, slider change. Fastball in the low to mid-80s. Slider and change, both about 10 miles an hour below that. There's a fastball for a strike in the outside corner. 0-1. Last year, teams knocked him around pretty good. Lefties hit 429 against him. Righties hit 400 against him. Breaking ball that misses low. 1-1 to Guevara. Sophomore third baseman. Open right-handed stance. The pitch. Fastball missed upstairs. 2-1. Hits even at 4. Auburn with a run in the first, a run in the second, and a run in the 4th. We're now in the 5th. Pitch to Guevara. Flied right field line, slicing, foul, and off the net.
Got away with the pitch there that time, Brad. That hung a bit.
Yeah. Counts even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Auburn third baseman. Graff looks home, goes into the wind and deals. Ground ball, fair, past first. Headed to the right field corner. Guevara heads for second. He's digging. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. A direct throw from Egri in right field. No cutoff man. And Guevara slid in before the throw could get there. Second double of the season for Eric Guevara. Nice piece of hitting. Make it the 3rd double this year for Guevara. Down that right field line. He just slid it right inside that first base bag.
Egri did a nice job of getting that one off the brick facade down there, and actually pretty good throw into second base, but a 1-out double for Guevara gives Auburn a chance to add to its 1-run lead.
Ike Irish drove in a run in the first inning. Pitch to Ike. Outside, 1-0. Irish, a single, a stolen base. He's also grounded out to first on a very hard hit ball. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to second. Scooped up there by Sandell. It's the second out of the inning. It gets Guevara over to third, but now there are 2 outs. Cooper McMurray is the batter.
They got that in on the hands of Ike. Got enough of it, though, to punch it out to second base and allow Guevara to go to third.
And now Cooper McMurray tries to add to the Auburn lead. It's 3-2. Pitch on the way. High, ball 1. This 5th inning is presented by Wind Creek Hotel and Casino. With 3 Alabama locations in Montgomery, Atmore, and Wetumpka, you can escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and online at windcreek.com. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and Guevara at third. Pitch. McMurray takes it inside for ball 2.
pretty good haul on the left side of the infield for McMurray, who we have seen in his career can take it the opposite way with the best of them.
2-0 pitch. High ball 3. You're going to have to throw McMurray a strike. He doesn't swing it much outside the strike zone. We'll see if they give him the green light here. 3-0. Groff, the first reliever of the day for Holy Cross, the pitch. It doesn't matter. It's inside. Ball 4.
That's the first walk surrendered today by Holy Cross pitching,
which I think makes it the first walk by either side today. And a visit to the mound. And that will be the end of the afternoon for Groff. So Groff goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up a double and a walk, and it'll be somebody else coming on to face Fabian on this Pepper Tree pitching change for Holy Cross. Let's see. It is
28.
Devin Hunt, freshman from Westwood, Massachusetts. Tell you a little more about Devin Hunt as Holy Cross makes a Pepper Tree pitching change.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Holy Cross. Devin Hunt, 6'3", 195.
Go ahead.
No, that's all right. You got it.
He's from Westwood, Massachusetts, freshman. Played 3 seasons of varsity baseball at Westwood, of course, under head coach Brian Whalen. Struck out 94 and 83 career innings, an opponent's batting average of just 147 against the big right-hander, Devin Hunt. Groff, 2/3 of an inning, no runs on a hit with a walk. He leaves runners at first and third with 2 outs.
Hunt also was a Division IV All-State honoree.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
That just stands to reason.
Right. Was a really good quarterback, too. In 83 career high school innings, he had 94 strikeouts. Team opponent batting average, 147. Yeah. So those are the numbers on Devin Hunt. Hunt will face Fabian. With the runners at the corners and 2 down.
Not only is this a Pepper Tree pitching change, it's a fresh meat Pepper Tree pitching change.
Fabian stands in from the right side, looking to put a little insurance on the board here in the 5th inning. And he takes ball 1 low. Fabian reached on an error, stole a base, scored a run last inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers lead 3-2. Runners lead from the corners. Here's the stretch. Hunt's pitch. Outside, 2-0. The stretch. And the 2-0 from Hunt. Popped straight back out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Fastball at 89, and Derek just couldn't get on top of it there.
Fabian has driven in 1 run this weekend. Hunt ready again. The 2-1 offering. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Take advantage of the chances early in the year to see this team at home. It's going to go by quickly. Conference play will be here before we know it. 2 games this week. Tuesday night against Troy. That's a 6 o'clock start. Wednesday against North Alabama. That is a 4 p.m. first pitch. 3-1 to Fabian. High ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Lucas Steele. Back-to-back walks to McMurray and Fabian have loaded them up. And time called, another mound visit. There is activity. There's somebody else throwing for the Crusaders in their bullpen. Next weekend, Wright State is in town. Be on the lookout for game times to be announced a little later this week for Wright State to be here.
Yeah, weather will determine those start times.
Won't be as temperate next weekend.
It's not going to be as temperate next week, period.
Yeah,
this week,
That's
I
right.
should say.
That's true. Good point. And then in 2 weekends, the Tigers head to Arlington, Texas. Home of the Rangers.
But you're looking forward to calling those games.
Well, that was a really fun trip
Yeah.
3 years ago. And those games, I think, established a sense of confidence and identity in the ball club that helped carry it through the season.
I agree.
All right, meeting on the mound is over. Lucas Steele is the batter. Steele is struck out and flied to center. Looking for his first hit in an Auburn uniform. First pitch, high, ball 1.
I really liked his last at bat. He put a charge in that ball in the center. Just a good running catch by Roper out there.
Hunt fires. It's low. It's blocked by Connors. He kept it in front of him. 2 balls, no strikes, and Steele can be highly selective here. 2 balls, no strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. Pretty important batter in this game right now. If Auburn can get a hit from Steele, a couple more runs on the board, it takes momentum. 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3, low as well.
I think you're taking here, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Strike at the waist. And it's 3-1.
Go hunting, big boy.
He can be just as selective here. Carl Nonemaker coaching at third. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Inside. He walked him, and he walked in a run. Auburn leads 4-2. Guevara comes in to score.
This was a game that did not have a walk until this inning, and that is the 3rd walk.
Yep.
3rd consecutive walk.
Yeah, 3rd in a row.
Surrender to Auburn.
McMurray down to 3rd, Fabian to 2nd, Steele at 1st, all on base via the walk, and that'll be it for Hunt. And we will see our 3rd pitcher of the inning for Holy Cross. A new pitcher to face Chris Rembert. As Guevara doubled with 1 out. 2 batters later, McMurray walked, Fabian then walked, Steele then walked. We'll give you the information on the new Holy Cross pitcher when we come back on this Pepper Tree pitching change.
It's that time of year again, Auburn basketball. And as this year's team makes history, you can catch every second of the historic run at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. With 77 TVs, you won't miss a second of Auburn basketball while enjoying our famous wings, cold beer, and of course, gooey fries. And don't forget Tiger Talk on Thursdays throughout the season, live with Coach Bruce Pearl in-house discussing all things Auburn basketball. Located on 2353 Bent Creek Road off of exit 57 on I-85. War Eagle.
Holy Cross makes a Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery and online at steaksandwine.com. Holy Cross With 2 down and the bases loaded, goes to sophomore right-hander, number 26, Andrew Nesson. 6 foot, 190 pounds from Laguna Niguel, California. Played at Dana Hills High School, did Nesson. Give you his numbers from a year ago as soon as I get the computer to work. 18 appearances, started twice last year as his freshman year. 28 in the third innings, struck out 23. Struck out 3 against Bucknell in 2 in the third innings. Posted a win with a couple strikeouts against Bucknell 2 days later. And had a win in 4 strikeouts in 3 innings against Brown. He's the third pitcher of the inning.
And fourth of the game. Wawota went the first 4 innings. Groff got 2/3 of an inning in. Hunt walked 2 batters. And now it's Rembert against Nesson. Chris Rembert has scored a run in his Auburn debut. He reached on an error back in the second inning, came around to score. He's also struck out. Bottom of the 5th, and it's been slow and steady for Auburn offensively. Single runs in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and now 1 here in the 5th, and looking for more. Looking to put up its first crooked number since the 2nd inning of game 1. It scored 2 in that inning, a 2-run double by Eric Snow. Here's Rembert. First pitch to Rembert, big swing and a miss.
For him, a change at 81.
Rembert climbs back into the box. Another freshman, Fralick is on deck. He'd love a chance. The 0-1 pitch to Rembert. Bounced up there, blocked by Connors. 1 ball, 1 strike.
McMurray at third and Fabian at second and Steele at first. Auburn has scored in every inning today except for the 3rd.
The stretch and the pitch. Low. 2-1. No place to put Rembert. Four runs on 5 hits for Auburn. Stretch by Nesson, 2-1. Swing and a miss, doing the same changeup he started him with. Got the same swing and miss. It's 2-2. Would you go back to that pitch?
I would. Yeah. I sure would. I might throw it away.
Here's the 2-2. Missed a little bit low.
I think he missed his spot as well. Catcher had set up off the inside corner, Brad.
And the count is full. The old merry-go-round pitch. 3-2, bases loaded, 2 outs. Nesson comes set. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
called strike 3. It was low and brought up by Connors. Nice job by the catcher to frame it and get the out. And Nesson comes in and puts out what could have been a much larger fire. Auburn does add to its lead. It gets a run on just 1 hit. 3 walks, no errors, and Auburn leaves them loaded in the 5th. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders are proud to provide first aid care at Plainsman Park and every Auburn Athletics home event. Through 5, Tigers 4, Crusaders 2. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Welcome back to the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. I've seen a lot of basketball, and I can tell you that to stay on top, you got to adapt, stay focused, and innovate. That's what wins championships. That's how Ford F-150 and the Ford Super Duty stay at the top of the truck game. For 47 consecutive years, Ford F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck because they deliver what you need to win the day. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. Tell them Coach Pearl sent you.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Alongside the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, I'm Brad Law from Plainsman Park. Quinn Burkeen is in our Skyview Auburn Sports Network studios. Auburn leads Holy Cross 4-2 in the rubber game of this series. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Crusaders. Chris Balargian is 0 for 2. He'll lead it off. His third look at Christian Chatterton. Chatterton's been effective in his Auburn debut, and he is working into the 6th. The first pitch of the 6th inning is a curveball. Oh, it caught the high part of the strike zone at the very end. 0-1 the count. Just 61 pitches for Chatterton. Gets a swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Ended up in the dirt.
Right-hander Dylan Watts starts to throw in the Tiger pen.
Five games in 6 days, 8 games in 10 days to start the season. 0-2.
Oh.
Curve that.
Yeah, well put.
I started to say must have been low, but I was looking at it on the screen, and it wasn't low. All right, 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Curveball hit him.
One pitch after you thought you had him struck out.
Yeah.
Now you've got the leadoff man on.
Just barely grazed him on the way by, but it did. And Balargian is at first. And Braden Connors is the batter. Connors is 0 for 2. He's popped out to third and struck out. His only action at the plate this weekend. First pitch to him. Fastball away for ball 1. Top of the 6th inning. Chatterton comes set. He deals, and there's a fly ball left field, slicing away from Carter, but he tracks it down near the line in deep left field. Tracked it, made the catch, 1 down. Balargian holds it first.
Good job by Carter. Wind has died a little bit, and he went a long way to get to that one, just shy of the left field line.
Here's Gianni Royer, who homered his last at bat. Homered past the canyon in left center. There's a first pitch strike on the outer edge. 0-1 to Royer. Royer's also flied out to center. Pitch bounced up there. Fralick kept it in front of him. 2-run game. It's 4-2 Tigers. Top of the 6th inning. Chatterton checks the runner at first, who lengthens his lead a half step. That's Balargian, the pitch home. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And it's 1-2. Curveball near the dirt. Royer couldn't hold up.
Like that curveball.
Mm-hmm. Five strikeouts for Chatterton today. He comes set, and the right-hander delivers. In the dirt, again, blocked by Fralick.
Chatterton now up to 70 pitches unofficially on the day.
It's really baseball.
It's been really efficient all day long.
Mm-hmm. An 8-pitch first inning. A 6-pitch second inning. That's a good start. And no walks. And 2 hit batters. Those are the free passes. 2-2, ground ball left side, big hole, knocked down by Guevara. He knocked the ball and sort of deflected it towards second base. And that's a pretty beneficial deflection of the ball towards second, because if it gets into shallow left field, there's a chance that Balargian could advance to third. As it was, he couldn't. It's an infield single for Royer. He's 2 for 3 today, and runners are in first and second with 1 out. So the tying runs are on base, and here's Everett Tiefert out of the Auburn dugout. It may be Dylan Watt's time. The Auburn pitching coach is out to talk to his freshman, Chatterton, and the rest of the infield. Calls in Chatterton. And this is not a one-way conversation. This is an involved conversation with multiple players from the infield. Looking out, we're seeing Freilich nod his head in agreement.
Giving Watts an opportunity to throw a few more pitches out there.
Sure.
They'll stick with Chatterton right now.
They sure will. So they were talking some strategy there on the infield and how to pitch Jimmy King. King has hit 2 fly balls to right field today. He's 1 for 8 in the series. His 1 hit, though, was a double. So here's King. Chatterton delivers. King shows bunt, pulled the bat back, and took it low. It was in the dirt, rescued by Freilich. 1 ball, no strike.
Balargian got a pretty big lead down there at second base. If that ball doesn't get in the dirt, Freilich may have a chance to throw in behind him. I don't know if he wanted off the bat because he thought that was going to get by Freilich. Point is, a nice job to keep it in front of him by the Auburn pitcher or catcher.
Here's the 1-0 to King. Missed the outside corner, 2-0. Just the 5th 2-ball count of the day for Chatterton. The pitch. Missed high and outside. 3-0. A walk would load the bases for John LaFleur. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Tigers lead 4-2. The pitch. Strike. King was taken all away. 3-1. Hits are even again at 5 apiece. Chatterton checks second, now comes home. Hard hit, ball fair down the third base line. Headed for the left field corner. 1 run is in. Carter is up with it. Here comes the throw to Fabian. Here comes the throw home. And it's up the first base line a little bit. No tag made. It is a 2-run double for Jimmy King, and we're tied at 4 in the 6th inning.
I really thought that Auburn had a chance to throw out the runner at the plate.
I did too.
But the throw was a little low and off mark. And that'll be all for the Auburn freshman, Kristen Chatterton. That's a shame.
Yep. Yeah, his final numbers are not going to be indicative of what kind of outing we saw, at least early on, from Chatterton. And so he exits the game with 1 out and a runner at second in the top of the 6th inning. Auburn makes a Conecuh sausage call to the bullpen.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Auburn with a change in the bullpen. Dylan Watts is on for the Tigers. Junior right-hander, 6'4", 193 from Enumclaw, Washington, transferred in prior to last season from Tacoma Community College. A year ago, Dylan 0-4 for Auburn, a 7.12 earned run average, made 5 starts, 15 appearances with a save, 30 and a third innings, 31 runs, 24 earned on 45 hits, struck out 33, walked only 6, but he gave up 7 homers and opponents hit 346 against Dylan Watts. Christian Chatterton's day is done for the Tigers. And I thought he was good for Auburn today. 4 runs on 6 hits, 5 and a third innings. Struck out 5, did not walk a batter, gave up a wild pitch, hit 2 batters, and that figured into this inning. Threw 77 pitches, 50 for strikes. But he exits the game with a runner at second base and the game tied at 4. 1 down in the inning.
It's the longest start among Auburn's 3 on the weekend. Deepest into the game. And a lot to build on for the freshman, Christian Chatterton. You could see why. You could see why he earned a weekend start for sure. Hey, SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of Auburn Athletics. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to games or any other live event, SeatGeek's the place to do it. SeatGeek, expect the expected. Men's basketball is at home Wednesday night against Arkansas. That's an 8 o'clock start. It's a sellout, so SeatGeek would be the place to go to try to get tickets for that game. Andy, of course, was in Tuscaloosa yesterday. That was a mighty fun day.
Fun day indeed. Historic day in Tuscaloosa. Packed house. It's the biggest crowd I've ever seen there. I mean, it was a true sellout. There wasn't an empty seat to be found. And after the game, the Auburn fans gathered in the corner where Auburn came out of. There's a couple thousand Auburn people.
Yeah.
That were there to enjoy that one yesterday.
You could hear them a lot more at the end. I mean, you could hear them throughout, but especially the last minute or so.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. Here's John LaFleur. Runner at second. Go-ahead run here in the 6th inning. Tie game 4-4, and LaFleur tried to hit it out of the ballpark. He swings and misses at a fastball.
Came up empty on a 94-mile-an-hour heater.
LaFleur has a single. He's also struck out. He has scored one of Holy Cross's 4 runs. 4-4. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Pitch. Watts missed high with another fastball. That one at 95. A couple of more guys run out to the Auburn bullpen. 1-1 the count. Sunny day, windy day at Plainsman Park.
Picked up, heading out to left right now.
1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
First off-speed pitch we've seen of the 3 from Watts. Snapped that one off, and LaFleur could not hold off.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. 2 in. Stretch by Watts. And the pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt for a strikeout. Watts strikes out the first batter he faces. LaFleur down on strikes for the 2nd time today.
Started him off with fastballs, but finished him off with the off-speed stuff.
Yeah. So LaFleur has a seat, and here's Ryan Grundy. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out to second. Auburn pitchers with double-digit strikeouts the first 2 games of this series. 6 strikeouts so far. The pitch. Ooh. Must have been a little bit outside. 1-0 to Grundy.
97. Ooh, how about that?
I don't remember him touching 97 last year. Watts comes set. Checks the runner at second, now delivers. Another fastball. That one's high, 2-0. Runner at second is King. 2 runners in here in the 6th inning to tie the game at 4th. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike.
Ooh, fastball in the inside corner. 95.
Caught the high part of the strike zone as well. Holy Cross third baseman 0 for 9. 3 strikeouts on the weekend. Fralick sets up outside the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball right in there.
Yeah, that's the slider. That's a good one.
2-2.
All right. He got ahead of it. He got ahead of LaFleur on fastballs.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotten even with him with the fastball. That was a slider. All right, what do you come in here?
I think I go back to the slider. The 2-2. Crowd gets behind Watts. Here's the pitch. Fly ball center field. Ballou going back. He's still going. He makes a catch on the track before running into the wall with his shoulder out there in center field. Really well-timed, terrific play. Cade Ballou in center. In fact, that's our defensive play of the game presented by Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system. You don't have to live with termites.
He got turned all the way around to get to that one. Yeah. Second time we've seen him track one down right up against the wall in center field.
So Holy Cross leads the go-ahead runner stranded at second base, but the Crusaders get 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits. No errors in the 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Brand new ball game, 4-4. Our score, Auburn baseball, continues in a moment.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back to the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. I've seen a lot of basketball, and I can tell you that to stay on top, you're going to adapt, stay focused, and innovate. That's what wins championships. That's how Ford F-150 and the Ford Super Duty stay at the top of the truck game. For 47 consecutive years, Ford F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck because they deliver what you need to win the day. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. Tell them Coach Pearl sent you.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
9-1 and 2 hitters for Auburn against Andrew Nesson. Nesson came on and faced Chris Rembert and struck him out in the 5th inning. Fralick today has driven in a run with a single. He's also grounded out to first base. He waits and takes the first pitch for a strike.
Nesson is not a power guy, but he has done a nice job of locating.
Pitch to Fralick. Fly ball right field. That's well hit. Back to the wall. Egri. That's out of here. First Auburn home run, Chase Fralick. The freshman gives Auburn the lead again. It's 5-4. Well, he turned those broad shoulders and just unloaded on that ball.
That's a no-doubter. I'm telling you, that is a no-doubter. On top of the Performance Center, the Josh Donaldson Performance Center in right. And it took him 1 pitch to time up Andrew Nesson, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
And on the next one, he gave Auburn the lead again. Back to the top of the order, Bristol Carter. Shows bunt, pops it up left side over near the dugout, 0-1 to count. Not a bad idea. Carter is 1 for 3, an RBI double. He's reached on a fielder's choice. He's grounded out to third. Pitch. Hard hit ball caught by the third baseman. Grundy diving toward the line. That's a terrific defensive play. He took extra bases away from Carter. He might have taken 3 away from Carter.
As well as Carter runs, you're right. And boy, not the first time we've seen that, especially in the last couple days,
That's right? No, this infield has made strong play after strong play defensively. Another ball blistered.
Yeah, think of the late at bat for Fabian that would have tied the ball game late.
Yep.
Last night.
Cade Ballou takes a ball inside, 1-0. Well, you put that, you bank that one, and Carter is due a bloop somewhere down the line to even out. 1-0. Oh. Called strike at the letters. 1-1 to count to Ballou.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch. That's low. And the count goes to 2-1. Ballou, a single, stolen base, run scored. That was all in the first inning. Here's the delivery.
Nice
Ground
job.
ball, base hit, left side. Another opposite field single, Cade Ballou. Another huge turn at first.
Well, and we've seen him do that twice. But, that's what the head coach has told his guys.
That's right.
Run into first base every time.
Yeah.
You run hard. I'm not saying that Cade didn't have thoughts of trying to leg that into a double, but he's doing what the head coach has tasked his ball club of doing all season long.
That's right. Now it's Eric Guevara's turn. He doubled and scored a run last inning.
Second two-hit day of the first 3 games for Cade Ballou.
That's right. He's 5 for 10 on the weekend. There's a swing and a miss for Guevara. Strike 1.
Do we see Cade do some running? He has a stolen base today. 3 for 3 on the season.
Auburn was aggressive early in the game on the base paths. The 0-1 to Guevara. There goes Ballou. Pitch is high. Throw to second is late. Ballou is safe.
Huge jump.
Yeah.
Huge jump on Nesson. There's not much of a chance for Connors, who made pretty close to second base, but Ballou got a nice jump, gets his 4th stolen base, second of this ball game. I like to see Auburn running.
Nesson looks to second. From the middle of the rubber, he deals. Line drive, right field line, foul. Guevara comes back. A ball and 2 strikes to count as we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. One ball, 2 strikes.
Did you like that?
That was good. It looked choreographed professionally. It was very nice. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman, Balarjian. He'll take it to the bag himself for the second out. Ballou heads to third. That was one where Guevara just had to fight it off his hands. 2 away.
Still not an easy ball for Balarjian to field.
No.
The ball got on him pretty quick. And he made it to the bag in time to get Guevara.
The home run from Freilich. 377 feet. Here is Ike Irish, and they'll walk him.
There goes Ike Irish.
Yeah. So they're at the corners. Here's Cooper McMurray. McMurray has walked, been hit by a pitch, and he is grounded to first. McMurray bats here with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Pitch. Missed the outside corner. 1 ball, no strike.
I wonder if he will see a pitch inner half against this right-handed pitcher.
Well, certainly you wouldn't think a fastball. If you throw him anything, you got to throw him one of those back foot breaking balls or sliders and make sure it's in. 1-0. High fly ball deep right field. Forget about it. 3-run blast. Cooper McMurray. Tigers lead 8-4. First home run of the season for Cooper McMurray. Won't be the last.
Didn't want to pitch to Irish.
Nope.
Tried to get the outside corner and
he missed.
But Cooper covered the plate.
Yeah.
That was outer third. And that's all for Nesson. And that's good to see from the Auburn Bats.
Yeah. Yeah, a 4-run inning after, and good to see from a timing perspective, too. Top of the 6th, Holy Cross tied it up. Bottom of the 6th, a 4 spot for the Tigers. And Holy Cross is going to bring in its 5th pitcher of the game. Crusaders are sending in Nick Harnish, who pitched here in Friday's ball game. Harnish on his way in on a pepper tree pitching change for Holy Cross.
It's that time of year again, Auburn basketball. And as this year's team makes history, you can catch every second of the historic run at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. With 77 TVs, you won't miss a second of Auburn basketball while enjoying our famous wings, cold beer, and of course, gooey fries. And don't forget Tiger Talk on Thursdays throughout the season, live with Coach Bruce Pearl in-house discussing all things Auburn basketball. Located on 2353 Bent Creek Road off of exit 57 on I-85. War Eagle.
Pepper Tree called to the bullpen for Holy Cross, number 27, Nick Harnish. Sophomore right hitter, 6'190" from Manasquan, New Jersey, Christian Brothers Academy. As Brad mentioned, this is his second outing of the weekend. 1 appearance. Gave up a run on 2 hits. The run was earned. He struck out a batter. An ERA of 9 after his first appearance of the season. And after Holy Cross tied the game with a 2-run double in the top of the inning, Auburn has responded with a pair of homers in the inning. A solo shot to lead off the inning by Chase Freilich. And then Auburn had runners at first and second, or actually first and third in the 6th, when Cooper McMurray went deep for the first time this season. Auburn now leads it by a score of 8-4 here in the bottom half of the inning. Nesson, by the way, 4 runs, 3 hits in an inning, a walk and a strikeout.
Cooper's home run, 373 feet. 104 miles an hour off the bat. Now here's Derek Fabian. Fabian has walked, reached on an error, stolen a base, scored a run. He's also struck out. 2 for 9 on the weekend. Couple of walks, couple of runs scored for the Auburn shortstop. And the first pitch to him is low from Harnish. You were listening Friday. Did you hear the part of the game where we discussed Harnish's dad?
I don't.
Okay. Check swing, foul tip from Fabian. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harnish is the son of 14-year major leaguer Pete Harnish.
Oh.
And there's a breaking ball. Bounced in front of the plate about 8 feet, 2-1 to Fabian.
Did John Cohen play against him at any point?
Yes. Said he had a phenomenal curveball.
You don't play in the pros for 14 years.
He said maybe not quite the level of the Greg Olson curveball.
Yeah. Greg Olson's curveball, Hal Baird, who's been around, he's seen a couple curveballs in his life.
Name's on the dugout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks Greg Olson has the best curveball he ever saw.
3-1 delivery. Oh, hit back up the middle, through for a base hit. Let's check and see if Harnish is okay. It's a base hit for Fabian.
Yeah, that got him. That got him, I think, on the right right foot or right ankle. And his head coach is out to 10. That ball was really hit hard, and it looked like it hit him down on the outside of his foot, just below his ankle, which is where the foot is located. But it did not bounce. I mean, that was a line drive off the foot.
Yeah, athletic trainer is out. He's nodding. And this is going to be, I think, a pretty short visit. Yeah. He's just assuring him.
Glad he's okay.
Yeah, me too. That ball was drilled. Base hit for Fabian. Tigers continue to swing the bats really well here in the 6th inning. The 8th man to bat in the inning is Lucas Steele.
9th hit of the day for the Tigers.
Yeah. 4th of the inning. Steele takes a strike. 0-1. Fralick started the inning with a home run. 2 batters later, Ballou singled to left. Another opposite field shot for Ballou. 2 batters later, Irish was intentionally walked. And the next batter, McMurray, homered. Runner goes from first. Delayed run and a delayed throw by Connors. Fabian takes second.
That ball almost got into the outfield. It was to the shortstop side of the bag, and a nice job by King to reroute and make sure that that ball stayed on the infield, that throw from home.
So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. 8-4, Tigers in front. It's a wild pitch for Harnish. Pitch. Curve, swung, base hit, center field. Fabian rounds third. He'll score. 9-4, Tigers.
5-run inning for Auburn.
Yep. Lucas Steele with his second RBI of the day.
And again, Brad, Auburn doing a much better job with its 2-out situational hitting.
That's right. Auburn is now 6 for 10 with 2 outs. And 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position today. And they batted around here in the 6th inning. Chris Rembert comes to the plate. First pitch to him is up and in. A ball and nothing.
That wild pitch and aggressive base running by Fabian figures into that run scoring for Auburn.
Yes, it does. 9 runs on 10 hits. 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Fans thought it was high. Bottom of the 6th. 9-4. Pitch. Curve ball, foul to the backstop. Off the brick and all the way back out to the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nine, 10, and 0, the line for Auburn. 4, 6, and 3, the line for Holy Cross. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Steele at first. Here's the pitch to Rembert. It's high, 2-2. Holy Cross has used 4 pitchers over the last 2 innings. 2-2, low, and the count's full. Steele will get a little bit of a head start. Payoff pitch to Rembert. On the way. And it's low. He walked him. There had been no walks in this game from either side until the bottom of the 5th. That's the 5th in the last 2 innings. And now back to Chase Fralick. He started the inning with a homer to right, 377-footer. He's standing in the shadows now. First pitch, breaking ball, that's over for a strike. The shadows are a little different at the ballpark now with the added structures, aren't they?
Yeah.
0-1. Another breaking ball. That one's low. Freilich in his first at-bats of his college career. 2 for 3, single, homer. He's driven in a couple of runs. The pitch. Breaking ball, hit hard, but right at the second baseman. Bobbled, but then handled by Sandell, who goes to first for the out. But Auburn sends 10 to the plate in the 6th inning. The Tigers score 5 runs on 5 hits, including 2 homers. No errors and a runner or 2 runners left on base. Through 6. New score, Auburn 9, Holy Cross 4. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you inside Neville Arena for all the action of men's and women's basketball game day with no delay. Every dunk, block shot, and steal, plus all the analysis from our Hall of Fame coaches, all with no delay. $25 new or $10 to reprogram the one you already have. Also, use it for every broadcast of home baseball and softball games this spring, all with no delay. With Live Sports Radio, presented by Alpha Insurance.
This is Coach Bruce Pearl on the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. I tell my team that if we play smart, out-hustle the competition, and work hard each and every day, we can be winners. And you know what? That's how Ford F-150 does it too. Offering an outstanding combination of smart tech, power, and capability, F-150 is the key to help me win the day. Hey, why don't you see how the official truck of the Auburn Tigers can help you? Go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Nine, 1, and 2 due up for Holy Cross here in the 7th inning, and it looks a lot different than when Dylan Watts was on the mound to close out the 6th. Auburn with 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Tigers have taken a 9-4 lead. Watts back out there on the mound in a pretty good position. Ballpark looks great. We're glad that you are tuned in today and here to take you home on a Sunday afternoon. Once again, voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
When Dylan Watts came on, Holy Cross had just tied the game in the 6th and had the go-ahead run at second base. Watts struck out LaFleur and coaxed Grundy to a deep fly ball to center that Kate Ballou ran down, crashing into the wall to get out of the inning. And then Auburn responded with 5 in the bottom half of the inning. So now Watts gets the top of the order here in the 7th. It will be C.J. Egri to lead it off. Right fielder takes a fastball high from Watts. Egri 1 for 3 on the day with a double. Tigers on top 10-6. The pitch, another fastball upstairs from Watts. This was at 92. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Christian Chatterton was good for Auburn through 5 1/3 innings. But leaves the game with a no decision. 2-0 pitch from Watts. At least left it upstairs again, 3-0 the count. Dylan got the last 2 outs of the inning in a tie ball game, and now he's a pitcher of record for Auburn, as Auburn has scored 5 times and leads 9-4. Stretching the pitch. And a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning to Egri. That is the first walk today for Auburn pitching. And it brings Sean Scanlon to the plate. Preseason Patriot League Player of the Year, 0 for 2 on today. And looking for his first hit of the series. Flied to right, hit by a pitch, and struck out swinging. Stretched by Watts. And the pitch. There's a strike. Took something off of that, the slider at 83. 9 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Auburn. 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Holy Cross. Stretch in the 0-1. It drops low, a ball and a strike. Chris Belargian waits on deck. Egri, at the plate. My mistake. Stretching the pitch. Ground ball, foul past third. So it was a leadoff walk for Sandell. He's the one at first. Scanlon waits on deck. A ball and 2 strikes to Egri. A runner at first, nobody out. Top half of the 7th. Holy Cross trails Auburn 9-4. Stretch and the pitch. Popped up foul back here. Fralick gives chase, but he'll run out of room. Egri 1 for 3 on the day with a double. Stretch and pitch. Swing. And a miss. He tried to hold up. He could not. Strike out for Dylan Watts. His 2nd of the afternoon. Auburn's 7th of the day. 1 out, and here is Sean Scanlon. Sandell at first. 1 out. Pitch. Upstairs. Ball 1 to Scanlon. Dylan comes set. And the 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike at 93. 1-1 the count. Sandow gets his lead at first. Now the 1-1. A little bit low, maybe inside. 2 balls and a strike to Scanlon. New second baseman for Auburn. Snow has moved to second base for Auburn. The pitch. Oh, just missed the outside corner. 3-1 to Scanlon.
Well, that looked like a pretty good pitch.
I agree.
Shift is on.
On a 3-1 count to Scanlon. Big left-handed hitter. Awaits the 3-1, and he walked. Fastball high and outside. Runners at first and second with 1 down in the inning. That'll bring Chris Belargian to the plate. So Cooper McMurray at first, Eric Snow at second, Eric Gabar at third, Derek Fabian at short for the Tigers. Belargian 1 or 0 for 1 or 0 for 2 on the day. Hit by a pitch and scored back in the 6th. The pitch to him. Line drive up the right field line, curving and down into the corner, just foul. He didn't miss extra bases by much there.
Watts only had 1 game last year where he walked more than 1 batter. That was at Missouri on May 10th. So he got almost all. In fact, he only had 1 outing between the beginning of the year and April 11th. He walked 1 in his debut against UAB, and then he had 9 appearances in a row without a walk.
He's ahead of Belargian. 0-1 the pitch. Off speed, misses upstairs. A ball and a strike.
And he's not missing here by much. It's not that he's wild.
A ball and a strike to the first baseman for the Crusaders. All of home plate in the shadow right now. Here comes the 1-1 from Watts. Line drive, base hit to left. They'll try to score it. Here comes the throw home. It is not in time. Carter gave it a good throw home, but Sandell scores from second. That trims the lead to 4, 9-5.
Number 4, Bruce Hines.
Scanlon held up at second, first and second with 1 out. Auburn infield gathers on the mound. quick visit with Dylan Watts. And Auburn will get some work in the bullpen.
As the shadows have started to creep over the ballpark, the people who were seated in the shadows have now found their way to the sunlit area. A lot fewer empty seats there.
First and second with one out in the seventh. A run home for Holy Cross. Auburn leads at 9-5. The pitch. Fastball up and in. I believe right-hander Alex Petrovic warms up in the Auburn pen. Watts comes set. 1-0 pitch. Connors swing and a miss. Fouls it back, or swing and a foul tip. Fouls it back. 1-1.
It's that difficult part of the day for the pitchers in the sunlight. The entire plate area is in the shadow.
Scanlon at second, Pelargian at first, and Connors at the plate, the 1-1. Just missed up. 2 balls and a strike. One out, one home for Holy Cross in the top of the seventh. Here's the 2-1. Fouled off the left side, out of play. Fastball at 94 from Dylan Watts.
Connors doesn't have a hit today, but he's got a violent swing.
He swings with bad intentions.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Braden Connors. They snap off a off-speed pitch, get him out in front here. 2-2. He tried to, missed inside. 3-2. Nine 5 Auburn, but Holy Cross is threatening here in the top of the seventh. First and second, 1 out. 3-2 count, the pitch. Walked it, missed high. The bases are loaded. And Everett Tiefert creeps to the edge of the Auburn dugout.
All of a sudden, you bring the tying run to the plate.
It's Gianni Royer, who homered back in the fourth, and Everett Tiefert is out. With the bases loaded and 1 out, the bases and a 4-run ball game. Tiefert will make a call to the bullpen. So Watts' day is done. He leaves the bases loaded, 1 out. Auburn on top 9-5. Brad will have the numbers of the new Auburn pitcher when we come back.
It's that time of year again, Auburn basketball. And as this year's team makes history, you can catch every second of the historic run at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. With 77 TVs, you won't miss a second of Auburn basketball while enjoying our famous wings, cold beer, and of course, gooey fries. And don't forget Tiger Talk on Thursdays throughout the season, live with Coach Bruce Pearl in-house discussing all things Auburn basketball. Located on 2353 Bent Creek Road off of exit 57 on I-85. War Eagle.
Alex Petrovic is the pitcher for Auburn. Excited to see him for the first time this year. Right-hander from Cypress, Texas. 6'4", 241. Sophomore right-hander appeared in 7 games a season ago. 11 innings, 15 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. He walked 3, struck out 17 in 11 innings. Hit a batter. He did give up 5 home runs. But strong fastball, good smooth motion, and a divide between the ranked opponents and the unranked opponents that he faced a year ago. He gave up 2 runs on 5 hits in an inning and a third at Texas A&M when the Aggies were ranked 4th. He gave up 3 runs in an inning and 2/3 against Tennessee when the Vols were ranked 4th. Gave up a run on an inning and 2/3 when Kentucky was ranked 8th. In the other games in which he appeared, he gave up a total of 1 run on 4 hits in 5 1/3 innings. So, Alex Petrovic is the new pitcher for the Tigers. Dylan Watts struggled a little with control today. It's really, we didn't see that last year. Watts today, 1 inning, 1 run, 1 hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. He faced 7 batters through 32 pitches, only 15 of them 4 strikes. So he leaves the bases loaded, and Petrovic comes on to deal with Gianni Royer.
Royer on the day is 2 for 3. Fly to center back in the second on a fine running catch by Ballou. Homered to left in the 4th and singled and scored in the 6th. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for Holy Cross in a 9-5 Auburn lead in the top of the 7th. Infield back, looking for 2. As the big right-hander Petrovic comes set. The pitch misses low, ball 1. 3 walks in this inning by Watts. One of those has come home to score. 2 others are on the base paths right now. 1-0 delivery. Upstairs, 2-0. Scanlon at third, Belargian at second, and Connors at first. 2 balls and no strikes to Gianni Royer, the pitch. Strike call.
Good to get strike 1, get it down around the knees. If you could get a ground ball, maybe you could get a double play, or at least just this second out of the inning. Still only 1 out, looking for a little bit of momentum.
Stretched by Petrovic, and the pitch. Just missed inside. 3 balls and a strike.
I guess. It has been a pretty generous strike zone most of the day.
Now 3-1 to a dangerous hitter. Stretching the pitch. Fouled it back here. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Third pitcher of the day, Petrovic. Peers in, gets his sign. Now comes set. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul into the Auburn dugout on a hop.
He threw him a breaking ball at 76 miles an hour. Royer was way out in front. Credit him to slow the bat down at least enough to make contact. He was still way out in front, but kept the bat going.
9-5, Auburn leads it. Bases loaded, 1 out for Holy Cross in the 7th. 3-2. Royer drives 1 into center. Long run for Ballou. In the canyon, makes the catch. Runner at third tags, and he will score. That makes it a 3-run game. Ballou ran that one down in front of the Auburn scoreboard out there. 9-6 Auburn lead. Runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Yeah, Belargian and Connors had to hold there at second and first respectively. So chance to get out of this with still a 3-run lead if Petrovic can get King. Both runs that have scored in this inning reached by way of a walk.
A little surprised that Belargian didn't tag and go to third on that play.
Me too.
2 down for King. Pitch on the way to Jimmy. Drops in for a strike. Connors was on his way to second base from first. It could easily be second and third with 2 outs right now. Instead, it's first and second, 2 outs. 9-6, Auburn leads, a couple runs home here in the 7th inning for the Crusaders. Stretch and the 0-1 to King. It misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. King 1 for 3 on the day. A pair of fly balls to right. And a double down the third base line that tied the ball game back in the 6th inning. Auburn scored 5 times in the bottom of the 6th, 2 more in the top of the 7th. for Holy Cross, and Auburn's lead is 9-6. Stretching the pitch. Bounces up there, blocked by Freilich.
Really nice job by Freilich there. If he doesn't keep that in front of him, at least, they've got runners at second and third.
Petrovic comes set. Now the 2-1 to King. Over his head, 3-1. Looks like that may have slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, Petrovic reached down, got a little bit of dirt from around the mound.
Most of that mound is still in the sunshine, but the shadow's starting to creep out to the mound right now. 3 balls and a strike to Jimmy King. Stretching the pitch. It misses low, and the bases are loaded. And that is Auburn's 4th walk of the inning. And it brings John LaFleur to the plate. 1 for 3, a couple strikeouts, a single, and a run scored for LaFleur. And Everett Tieford quickly heads to the mound for Auburn. There is activity in the Tiger bullpen. It's a lefty. Actually, a left-hander and a right-hander warming up in the Tiger pen.
Whatever was said fairly quickly. Tieford back in the dugout.
Jet Johnson is the right-hander. All right, bases are loaded, 2 outs, and John LaFleur at the plate. Stretching the pitch. Strike with a fastball. Belargian at third, Connors at second, and King at first. Auburn with a 3-run lead in the top of the 7th. Right-hander Petrovic to the left-handed hitting John LaFleur. Now the 0-1. Drops low, 1-1.
I think that's the right call. Freilich tried to bring it up.
Both teams up on the edge of the dugout right now.
Yeah, this is as much engagement as there's been really all around the ballpark today.
1-1. Foul tip off the glove of the catcher. A ball and 2 strikes. Auburn pitchers have struck out 7. They've walked 4. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball right side. Couple hops to McMurray. Coop to the bag, and the inning comes to a close. 2 runs on 1 base hit, no errors, and the bases left loaded. 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark. Auburn 9 and a Holy Cross 6. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunization. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regents Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regents Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at Regions.com/GoTigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
Auburn has scored in every inning but 1 today. 1 in the first, another in the second. Did not score in the third. Single runs in the 4th and the 5th. In the big inning for Auburn, a 5-run 6th that included homers by Chase Freilich and Cooper McMurray. Holy Cross, a single run in the 3rd and the 4th, and then 2 in the 6th and the 7th. Auburn leads it 9-6.
And a Pepper Tree pitching change for Holy Cross. Marco Citro. Citro out of West Harrison, New York. Fastball, about 86 miles an hour. Citro, freshman, 6 feet, 186, and a right-hander, making his collegiate debut. Citro comes on in relief of Nick Harnish, rather. Goes a third of an inning, gives up a run on 2 hits. He walked 1. He threw a wild pitch. He faced 4 batters, 17 pitches, 8 4 strikes. So the catcher, Connors, was on base to end the inning. So they needed a catcher, and there wasn't one waiting in the dugout. So Colin Brown, who's a sophomore from Los Angeles, sprinted all the way in from the dugout. And as soon as he got there, Connor was ready.
Yeah.
And he had to sprint all the way back, never caught a pitch.
Bristol Carter will lead off the Auburn 7th against the right-hander Citro. Throws an 84-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Batting .364 on the campaign. The pitch to Carter. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Marco Citro.
Carter, Ballou, and Guevara for Auburn in the 7th. Tigers up 9-6. Pitch. Misses outside and skips past the catcher. The ball and 2 strikes to Bristol. One for 4 on the day with an RBI. Citro off the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Missed upstairs, 2-2. Shadow almost dissects the mound right now. 2-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit to right. Nice job of hitting by Carter going the opposite way. His second hit of the afternoon and Auburn's 11th of the afternoon.
We've said opposite field a pretty good bit today. Tigers doing a nice job going with where these balls are being pitched.
Both of his base hits have gone to the right side today.
Yep. Citro, a 3-time league champion at Harrison High School in New York. He was a 2-sport athlete, was a football player. He was voted the 2024 Male Athlete of the Year. I'm assuming that's high school.
Here's Ballou, shows bunt, bunts it back to the pitcher. He drops it. He throws to first. Oh, they called him out. They got to review that one. You got to review that one.
Boy, that looked, to the naked eye, that didn't look all that close.
It really didn't. It sure is under review. Ballou runs well. The pitcher dropped it, picked it up with the bare hand, and threw to first. It's a bang-bang play, but we will get a review of the play.
And again, Michael Phillips is right. I mean, he's got a great view. He is in place. He's exactly where he's supposed to be.
Listen, Ballou did what he was supposed to do.
Yep.
He got the runner to second base.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, if he's safe at first, that's just a bonus.
Right. He already has a 2-hit day, does Cade.
Slow it down here.
It's in the shadows. Of course, that green base allows them to stay off of the regular first base. And if that's the only angle we get,
it can be a little tougher to see the darker base, too, in the shadow.
Yeah. I don't know.
There. He's safe.
Okay, you say that.
Yep.
And here comes the call with Jabaro January. Here we go.
After the river, the call of out will be safe.
Okay, thank you.
The call of out
is safe.
And Auburn is 3 for 3 on challenges today.
Weren't able to say that yesterday, Brad.
No, you're right.
Where I was. And it's a 3-hit day for Cade Ballou with runners at first and second, nobody out. Here's Eric Guevara.
No, but where you were, they hit some threes early that put them in a good spot.
Sure did. And the pitch. Guevara takes it high for ball one. And then Denver Jones started the second half hitting three in a row. Banked in the last one. Whew. Fun day at the ball yard yesterday over at Coleman Coliseum. First and second. Nobody out here for Auburn. A bunt. Back to the pitcher. His only play is to first in time to get the ball, Guevara, and he's pulled up. He's holding his left hamstring.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my. As he went across the bag, you could tell immediately he reached down for that hamstring. And he walks off. Sacrifice is complete. Runners at second and third. Now one out for Auburn.
Really good bunt. Bunted it to the right side. Only one play.
And Ike Irish coming to the plate. He's taking his time getting back to the dugout. And Anthony Sanderson, Auburn's athletic trainer, is there to greet him. All right, here's Ike Irish. Will they pitch around Irish this time? Remember the last time they did it, Cooper McMurray was the next batter and hit a 3-run bomb. Carter at third and Ballou at second. Pitch on the way. Irish swings at a curveball and comes up in. 9-6, Auburn leads it. We're in the bottom of the seventh. Rubber game of the season opening series between Auburn and Holy Cross. 0-1 pitch. Irish pops it up. Into shallow right. Egri is there. Runner at third tags. He will try to score. No throw. They throw back in behind the runner at second. Carter will go back and make sure he tags the plate. Good idea, because I'm not certain he did coming through the first time. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Ike Irish, and Auburn reestablishes a 4-run lead.
Second RBI of the day for Irish. He got under it a little bit, but it's a productive out. You wanted to get the ball, if not a base hit, get it in the air to the outfield deep enough to score the run. And for Carter, that's not as far out as it might be for some others. He runs that well that they didn't even try at home plate.
Here's Cooper McMurray. First pitch, fastball high from Citro. Hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out to the first baseman in the third. Walked in the fifth and hit a 3-run homer in the sixth. He bats with 2 outs and a runner at second. A run home for Auburn in the seventh. Pitch on the way. Drops in for a strike. Ball and a strike to McMurray. 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors for Auburn. 6 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors today for Holy Cross. Tigers have stranded 9, the Crusaders 7. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to McMurray. They give him a lot of the left side of the infield right here. Ballou gets his lead. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. Outfield straightaway. And deep with McMurray at the plate. Now the 2-1. Pops it up, foul, left side. That gets to the concourse level and bounces up into the Tiger Terrace. That may have been ball 3.
Yeah, it was up. I think you're right.
Auburn baseball back in action Tuesday. The Tigers host a very good Troy team that came into this season in a lot of the top 25 polls. 6 o'clock first pitch. We're on the air at 5:45 of the Auburn Sports Network. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Coop. Ballou gets his lead at second. The pitch. Swing on a drive into the gap in left center field. Royer on his horse, and he dropped it onto the warning track. Ballou is home. McMurray into second. And the Tigers extend the lead. Royer got there and just dropped the ball in left center field.
He had a very long way to go to get to it. He did everything but secure it in his glove.
Had a long way to go and a short time to get there. Keep it going. You know you want to. They're going to give McMurray a double. Good for him.
Yep. 13 hits today for the Tigers.
And a 4 RBI day for Cooper McMurray. Tigers lead at 11-6. And here's Derek Fabian. Stretch in the pitch. Swinging a line drive into the left, and it's going to get down for a hit. McMurray on his horse with 2 outs. Rounds third. He rolls home, and it's 12-6 Auburn. Left it up, and Fabian sent it into left center field for the base hit.
Back-to-back 2-out hits. Auburn's 2-out hitting today has been by far the best of the weekend. Been really good to see today.
Well, and for another time, Brad, after Holy Cross scores in the top of the inning, Auburn has responded.
That's right.
2 more runs here for the Tigers. I'm sorry, 3 runs home for Auburn in the inning.
That Troy team, by the way, put up 23 runs Friday night against Bellarmine.
12-6, Auburn on top. And here's Lucas Steele with Eric Snow waiting on deck. Fabian at first, the pitch. Drop slow, a ball and a strike.
It's a Troy team that swept Bellarmine over the weekend. They won today 7-3.
Number 25 team in the country rolling into town on Tuesday. After a record crowd this weekend, throw to first, and Fabian is back. Record crowd of 15,300. It's the largest series crowd in Auburn history. We need a big crowd out here on Tuesday night for Auburn and Troy. 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Ground ball foul over and into the dugout of Holy Cross. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lucas Steele. Eight runs for Auburn in the last 2 innings, and the Tigers lead 12-6. The rubber game of the series. Citro off the stretch. Fabian's going. The pitch. Steele grounds it back to the pitcher. Reaches down and throws to first, and he throws it away down the right field line. Fabian's around third. He's going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate, and Fabian is out at the plate. And the inning comes to a close. 3 runs for Auburn in the inning, however, on 1, 2, 4 base hits. No errors and a man left. Through 7, Auburn 12, Holy Cross 6. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse, famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigjordan Parkway and Wire Road.
We go to the 8th, Auburn 12, Holy Cross 6. Auburn has to make a change on the infield.
That's Freilich at third.
Chase Freilich goes from behind the plate, and he will go to third, replacing the injured Eric Guevara, who sacrificed bunt, tried to beat it out at first and looked like he injured his hamstring. So Freilich to third for Auburn. And Cale Strickland comes in to catch, and he will take over the batting spot for Guevara.
And that's the only other
Yeah,
change.
that's
Eric Snow came in last inning.
8, 9, and 1 hitters to face Petrovic in the 8th inning for the Tigers. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He threw the fastball by Ryan Grundy. Grundy 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly ball. Auburn leads it 12-6. We're in the top half of the 8th. Stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another fastball that he blew by him. 0-2.
He's thrown him the same pitch in the same spot, and he's gotten the same result. Grundy hasn't been able to catch up to it.
He's throwing out of the shadows and into the same shadow at the plate right now. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Missed high with that fastball. 1-2. Grundy, Sandell, and then Egri. The scheduled 3 for Holy Cross. Stretch by Petrovic, the pitch. Missed outside, 2-2. Christian Chatterton got the start. 5 1/3 strong innings for Auburn today. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. Dylan Watts came in. He's the pitcher of record for Auburn right now, 2-2. Inside out swing just to stay alive for Grundy. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he fouls it off. Watts got into a little bit of trouble with walks. Walked 3 in the 7th, and then Petrovic came in to get out of the inning. 2-2. Got him swinging with a fastball and came in a little bit with that one, Brady.
A little extra juice, too. 92 miles an hour.
I don't recall that velocity from Petrovic a year ago. Do you?
Maybe not 92. Yeah, maybe not 92. I think there's a lot of potential
I do
with
too.
Petrovic.
I'm excited about this young man. Here's Alex Sandell. Stretch in the pitch. Missed outside. Sandell getting his first playing action today, has doubled, flied to left, and walked and scored. Petrovic stretches and pitches. Fastball in there for a strike at 90. Nothing fancy right now for Alex.
Get a grip and let her rip.
Here is the 1-1 to Sandell. That one missed high. 2-1. Top of the order, and Egri waits on deck. Holy Cross has scored in 4 of the last 5 innings. 2 in the 7th or 6th and 2 in the 7th. But trail 12-6 because Auburn scored in every inning but 1. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball.
That was up around his shoulders.
2-2.
I might have to throw him the same thing here.
His fastball has he's located it well in this inning. 2-2 the count to Sandell. Pitch on the way. That one just a little bit high, and Sandell, to his credit, laid off.
It wasn't about the same spot as the last one. Yeah, he handled the number 8 hitter with the fastball pretty well. We'll see what he goes back to here against the number 9 hitter.
Count is full to Alex Sandell out of Cambridge, Massachusetts. The pitch. Off the end of the bat, right side of the infield. McMurray in foul ground. Near the line, makes the catch. 2 down. As we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Two up, 2 down in the inning for Holy Cross, and here's C.J. Egri. 1 for 4 on the afternoon. Stretch in the pitch from Petrovic. Hits him. Threw him an off-speed pitch and hit him. A 2-out hit batter brings Sean Scanlon to the plate. Been on base twice today, hit by a pitch and walked. He scored a run, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Stretch by Petrovic. And the pitch. Bounces up there past Strickland to the backstop. It's a wild pitch. And Egri is down to second.
This is a preseason pick to win the Patriot League. They finished third last year in that conference. Preseason player of the year, reigning coach of the year in that league. This is the kind of team that can cause somebody fits in a regional.
1-0. Fouled back. It's the kind of team that came to Auburn 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And caused some teams fits. In Penn.
That's right.
1-1. Strike on the inside corner. Ball and 2 strikes.
Scanlon is right on the verge of sticking his arm out there.
Well, he was hit by a pitch, remember, back in the third. 1-2. Strickland sets up on the outside edge as Petrovic comes set and pitch. Ground ball. It is foul. Just foul. Outside the first base bag.
And that is the preseason Patriot League Player of the Year there in Scanlon. A weekend pitcher and an everyday hitter.
6 o'clock Tuesday, Auburn and Troy. 4 o'clock Wednesday, Auburn and North Alabama. Game times for the weekend series with Wright State to be announced.
The Wednesday game for baseball, that'll be on ESPN 106.7 and the Auburn app. That's not a full network broadcast Wednesday.
1-2 to Scanlon, the pitch. Behind him, bounces off the brick facade and back to Strickland, but Egri is able to go to third.
Egri was running on the pitch.
So that's a stolen base then. Two and 2 the count. Shift is on for Auburn now.
Yeah, it's a wild pitch. He got a great, you saw it out of the hand.
2-2 pitch to Scanlon. Popped up, left side. Third baseman gives chase. That's Freilich now at third base, and it's well out of play. Freilich moved to third after Guevara appeared to injure his left hamstring trying to run out a bunt. Cale Strickland came in to catch as Freilich moved from behind the plate to third base. Count remains 2-2 to Strickland, or to Scanlon, excuse me. Here's the pitch. Line drive. Oh, what a catch, a diving catch by Eric Snow. And the inning comes to a close. He saved a run.
Auburn has played Scanlon in the shift most of the weekend. So Snow was playing in shallow right field. They had him positioned very well, and then he laid out full extension to make a fine catch.
No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left. We move to the bottom half of the 8th. Auburn on top of Holy Cross, 12-6, as Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Back to more Auburn baseball against Holy Cross.
Pepper Tree pitching change for the Crusaders as we go to the bottom of the 8th with Auburn on top 12-6. The new pitcher is sophomore right-hander Dan Matafy. Mateffy. Matafy, 6'4", 200 from Philadelphia and Germantown Francis School. He's a sophomore last year for the Crusaders. 16 appearances, 7 starts, 9 in relief. A total of 34 innings, 45 hits, 31 runs, 24 of them earned. He walked 27 and struck out 29. Gave up 7 doubles, 9 homers. Teams hit .328 against Dan Matafy. He was 1-5 with a 6.35 earned run average. Matafy is the 7th pitcher for Holy Cross today. Citro, 1 inning, 3 runs on 4 hits. He threw 20 pitches, 14 were strikes, and Auburn hit him. So Matafee is up as Auburn comes to bat in the bottom of the 8th.
Eric Snow gets his first at-bat of the day after a sparkling diving catch on a line drive off the bat of Scanlon to end the top half of this inning. And Snow sends one through the right side for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Snow, Auburn's 15th hit of the afternoon.
And his 3rd hit of the weekend.
And it will bring third baseman Chase Freilich into the ball game, or into the plate, not into the game he started. He's 2 for 4 on the afternoon, including a home run. Snow with a lead at first. The pitch, Freilich takes a strike for Matafee. Auburn basketball Wednesday night at 8 against Arkansas. Coverage on the Auburn Sports Network starting at 7:30. Stretch, no 0-1 not made. Snow was only a step off the bag, a throw over. Tiger Talk Thursday night out of Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Butch Thompson, Bruce Pearl scheduled to be with us Thursday night. And then Auburn and Wright State open up a series here at Plainsman Park on Friday. 0-1. Freilich takes it outside, ball and a strike.
On the Yellowwood scoreboard, women's basketball leads Vanderbilt over at Neville Arena. They're about midway through the 3rd quarter across the parking lot. It's 49-45 Tigers.
Ooh. It's a good start for Coach J's ball club. 1-1. Swing and a miss off the left, or swing and a foul tip off the left side. That's a good Vanderbilt ball club. I think they have 2 of the top 4 or 5 scorers in the league.
It's been very even. Auburn outscored Vandy by 1 in the first quarter, by 2 in the second quarter, so far by 4 in the third. So they lead at 52-45.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Freilich. A runner at first, it's Snow. Stretching the pitch. High and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Auburn third baseman. Hope the news is good about Eric Guevara.
Yeah.
He left after injuring his left hamstring, it would appear, last inning. 2-2 pitch. Drops low on an off-speed pitch, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Snow has not had a big lead. He's only had like a step lead off the bag at first. Will Auburn think about starting him? The 3-2 pitch, not made. Snow had a bigger lead, a throw over, and Eric dives back safely.
Matafee and Holy Cross thought it was a possibility, that's for sure.
3-2 pitch to Chase Freilich. Again, another throw to first, and Snow was edging away. Stretch by Dan Matafee. Now the 3-2 pitch. Runner does go. Pitch. Line drive over the shortstop's head and into center field. That ball was hit so very well. King just didn't get the glove up in time, did he?
No, it was really struck well. And how about a 3-hit game for Freilich in his Auburn debut?
Yeah, I think he'll remember it for a while.
I think he'll be in the lineup Tuesday, too, somewhere.
All right, runners at first and second. And nobody out for Auburn. Now to the top of the order, and Bristol Carter.
King did everything he could do on that play.
Yeah.
I mean, jumped as high as he could jump.
And he was shaded up the middle because the runner was going, and he still just didn't get a glove on the ball. Pitch on the way. Carter shows bunt, pulls the bat back.
Well, we saw Ballou and Guevara both put down bunts really effectively. I like this part of the game. If Auburn can execute the small ball part of the game, try to manufacture a few more runs this season.
1-0 count. The stretch by Matafee in the pitch. Didn't show bunt that time. It missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-hit day for Bristol. 2 of Auburn's 16 hits on the afternoon. Tigers lead at 12-6. The stretch by Matafee, the pitch. Carter chops it foul, just beyond the edge of the Auburn dugout.
Ballou with 3 hits, Freilich with 3 hits, 2 hits apiece for McMurray and Fabian and Carter. McMurray has driven in 4 runs. Been a good offensive day.
Snow at second and Freilich at first. The 2-1 pitch, again bunted, and this was bunted foul. It came up and hit him while he was still in the batter's box. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Bristol Carter. Both of his base hits today for Bristol, a right-handed hitter, have been to right field. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Auburn left fielder. Off the stretch. And the pitch. Swing on a fly ball into right center field. Center fielder Roper is there. Makes the catch. Snow tags at second and goes to third. Royer made the catch out in center. And runners now at the corners. At least Carter got that runner to third base.
Yep, that's exactly right. At the very least, you're 90 feet closer for a guy who has 3 hits on the day.
It's been a memorable weekend for Cade Ballou. A couple hits and a home run on Friday. 3 more hits here today. And a couple runs scored. He bats with the bases or with runners at the corners and 1 out the pitch. Chops it back to the pitcher, past the pitcher to the second baseman. Flips to second for 1 to first, not in time, and Snow comes home to score. So an RBI now for Ballou, and Auburn adds to the latest 13-6.
And Snow taking third on the fly out by Carter factors in.
Yes, it does. 2 down now. And this is Cale Strickland. His first at bat of the day. Runner and Ballou goes. Throw to second base is not in time. The 3rd stolen base of the day for Cade Ballou. No balls and a strike now to Strickland. 5 stolen bases on the year now for Cade. And he's at second base with 2 down, and Strickland at the plate. Pitch on the way to Cale. Up and in, and it hit him. I think. Yeah, it did. Fastball at 86 that came up. Pretty well protected at the plate with the arm guards and everything. He appears to be fine and heads to first, and here's Ike Irish. Ike Irish at the plate. Double and scored back in the 5th. 1 for 4 in the afternoon. The pitch to him. This is outside, ball 1. 7 pitchers on the day for Holy Cross, and Auburn leads at 13-6. The 7th of the day is Dan Matafee. Pitch on the way. Irish takes it inside. Good discipline at the plate for Ike. 2 balls and no strikes. The stretch and the 2-0. Irish fouled it back and had a mighty cut at that one. 2 balls and a strike. Stretch by Matafee and the 2-1 delivery. Missed outside, 3-1 now the count to Irish.
They're not changing their approach late in the game with the big lead, and that will make the coaches happy. They're not gambling. They're not reaching for more. They're staying pretty disciplined at the plate.
Stretch and the 3-1. High and away. And Irish walks. A good disciplined at bat for Ike Irish. And here comes Cooper McMurray.
With the bases loaded, nowhere to put Coop.
Or as our buddy, the late Joe Beckwith, would call him, Cooper.
That's right.
And that may be all for Matafee. Yes, it will be. With the bases loaded at 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, and Auburn on top by a score of 13-6. Holy Cross makes a Pepper Tree pitching change.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Colin Dowdle. 6'2", 198-pound sophomore right-hander from Newton, Mass. St. Sebastian's School. He's a transfer from Northwestern. Colin Dowdle, the 8th pitcher of the day for the Crusaders. And we'll tell you what he did last year at Northwestern, because I know you're going to ask.
Brad, what did he do last year at Northwestern for the Wildcats?
I'm so glad that you asked, Andy. It was a short season. He only appeared in 4 games, went 3 2/3 innings, gave up a run on 4 hits. He walked 3, struck out 1. And that's what Colin Dowdle did last year at Northwestern. And now he's with Holy Cross. So he traded 1 purple jersey for another purple jersey. And Dowdle is on here for the Crusaders. He replaces Matafee. 2/3 of an inning, a run on 2 hits, a walk, and a hit batter. He faced 6 Auburn hitters, 19 pitches, 8 strikes for Matafee. Cooper McMurray last season hit 2 grand slams. Auburn as a team hit 3.
Cooper has already hit a 3-run bomb today. He's doubled and been hit by a pitch. He's walked. Raised his average to 400. He bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The pitch to him. High with a fastball for ball 1. Ballou at third, Strickland at second, and Irish at first for Auburn. Tigers have scored a run in the inning. Auburn leads 13-6. The pitch, McMurray takes a fastball just in, maybe a little low. 2 balls and no strikes. High and away. No place to put him. 3 balls and no strikes. And I guess that was a balk. There's no other reason that Cade Ballou would already be coming home for Auburn. And I'm guessing that he just didn't pause in his stretch. Brad?
Yeah, I missed that. I was looking up other info.
Yeah, me too. 14-6. Now Auburn leads it. Runner or nobody on base. It's a 2-0 count. The pitch, swing and a miss. 2-1. Runners at first and second. That's what I meant to say. And now a 2-1 count as Strickland moved to third on the balk and Irish to second base.
Tell you what, now too, it's 14-6, and there's 2 runners in scoring position. Base hit here could end the ball game.
2-1. Downstairs. 3 balls and a strike. We are confirmed that the run rule is in effect today. Okay.
That's correct.
Runners at second and third. 3 balls and a strike to count to McMurray. The stretch and the pitch. Cooper fouls it back. The count goes full. Strickland at third and Irish at second. A base hit here could end it with the run rule. Auburn leads 14-6. We're in the bottom of the eighth, 2 outs. Stretching the pitch to the backstop. And right back to the catcher. No chance for Strickland to advance, and McMurray walks.
Just the most advantageous kickback. Squarely off the back of that, or off the face of the backstop, and right back to the plate.
The 5th time that Cooper McMurray has been on base twice. Yeah. He's walked twice. He's been hit by a pitch. He's doubled and homered. And now here's Derek Fabian, who could end it with a base hit. Bases loaded, 2 down in the inning. Stretching the pitch, Fabian to the third baseman. Fields and throws to second for the out. The inning is over. We'll go to the 9th. 2 more runs for Auburn in the inning on 1, 2 base hits. No errors. Auburn leaves the bases loaded. We go to the 9th. Auburn 14 and Holy Cross 6. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
New Auburn soccer head coach James Armstrong.
To be sat here as somebody that grew up in a small town in England, to have the honor and privilege to coach in America, full stop, but at Auburn University. I'd love to say that that's sunk in, but it hasn't. And the fact that I was here 6 years ago, if you'd have told me, James, that you might one day have the opportunity to call yourself the head coach of Auburn University and Auburn soccer program, I wouldn't have believed it. None of that is possible without Coach Hopper, friendship, guidance, mentorship, and it was an emotional day for the two of us.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
We go to the 9th inning. Auburn needs 3 outs to secure the win in the game and the win in the series. Tigers on top 14-6, and they make the East Alabama Health call to the bullpen. And Griffin Graves, sophomore left-hander. Graves, 5'10", 176, out of Jackson, Tennessee. He went 1-0 in 6 appearances a season ago, struck out 10 batters in 5 1/3 innings. Struck out multiple batters in 4 of his 6 appearances. 3 outings in the SEC, 3 in non-conference play. Actually earned the win in his Auburn debut against UAB February 20th a year ago. 2 strikeouts in 2 innings. Struck out a season-high 3 batters against Kentucky in April of last year in his SEC debut. Griffin Graves, the lefty, on for the Tigers.
Have to be encouraged with the way that Alex Petrovic came on for Auburn.
An inning and 2/3, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Took a couple of wild pitches and hit a batter, but did not give up a hit.
And came in with this ball game still very much in question.
That's right.
And he gives over to Graves as he will face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters here in the 9th for Holy Cross. Balargian, Connors, and Royer. The pitch from Graves. Fastball right down the middle. Throw strikes, young man. 89 on the fastball, 0-1. Stretching the pitch. Ground ball right back to the second baseman. Snow charges, fields, and throws for the out. And that'll bring Braden Connors to the plate, the catcher. 0 for 3 on the afternoon with a walk. He was the last one to face Dylan Watts, who's the pitcher of record for Auburn. Auburn then went to Petrovic, who was very good for the Tigers this afternoon. First pitch from Graves, misses outside, ball 1. 1-0 delivery. Ground ball up the middle. Snow charges, fields, and throws. Got him. Nice job throwing across the body by Eric Snow, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring Gianni Royer to the plate. And Auburn an out away from a win today and a series win to we're back. Pitch. High. Ball 1 to Royer.
What?
I don't know. 1-0 pitch. Swing on a fly ball into center. There is Ballou, and there is an Auburn victory and an Auburn series win to open the season. 3 up and 3 down in the 9th for Holy Cross, and the Tigers win it by a score of 14-6. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.